Media Day 2024. The Prep proud to bring you this event that will kick off our coverage here early on in the fall 2024. We've got new coaches, we've got new teams, and a lot of developments in the PSL in the offseason, namely the exit of Ty Spencer. And he, of course, has moved on to East Kentwood. But there's new coaches, there's new blood that's come in, including Will McMichael at Mumford, a guy that's going to come in his first season and revitalize that program. There's veteran coaches that are bringing folks back. Of course, Cass Tech, Marvin Rushing in his third year, has another outstanding squad, a lot of talent, and a program that's been established now that Marvin's in his third year, and they'll look to do big things as well. And then you see the talent on the other side of the ledger as well, the Blue Division. The Blue Division also has some returning programs that will headline here today. And you start with Central and Jimmy Macon in his 30th year. The Trailblazers represented well by Jimmy Macon. And his club just 5-6 last year, but they were the runner-up in the gold. The winner was Denby. And we'll talk to Zach Carr, who's built a nice program for the Tars. We saw them win their ball game in a dramatic contest at Ford Field. And many others to talk about. Southeastern and the great job that Courtney Dinkins has done. Ralph Sewell at Pershing and the Doughboys looking to do some noise and bring some noise in the Gold Division. We've got an exciting PSL, many others that we'll get into, but that's just the start of it. We're glad to have it here on the Prep, and we'll step aside. We'll come back and we'll start this season. We'll kick it off. We're live at the Randolph Career and Technical Center on Hubble in Detroit, right by Renaissance High School. Thanks for watching. We're the Prep Media Day 2024 in the PSL.
Carry number 9.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Welcome back to Detroit, Michigan. The PSL 2024 Football Media Day is underway here on the Prep. We're doing this live. First time we've done this Media Day thing. Maybe we'll do more. Hopefully it goes well. We picked a good spot today to get this thing rolling. It's the PSL. We'll hear from the Gold head coaches first, followed by the Blue head coaches, and 16 teams in totality in the PSL. And we'll hear from the head coaches, and the head coaches will then join us and with a player and we'll chat with most, if not all, of these teams here today in PSL Media Day. So it'll be Detroit Central and Jimmy Macon to lead things off here shortly. Jay Alexander and the PSL have come here and got here early, set up. And this is a great venue to have this kind of an event. And there's sort of 2 rooms to work interviews in and do some of the sub-stories in the adjacent media room, and then also here in the primary media room. This is a technical school, and it's the A. Philip Randolph Career and Technical Center. And we're located right by Renaissance High School. So some big games to discuss as the season will get underway, and we'll get deeper into the teams as we go along. But you look at some of the teams and some of the exciting matchups. Week 1, how about Detroit Central taking on Notre Dame Prep? That's something that we'll talk to Jimmy Macon about. Renaissance and Riverview in Week 1 as well. That's on a Thursday night. Most of those games are going to be on Thursday, some on Friday. Pontiac will take on Douglas on one of those Friday contests. And Pershing will take on CPA. I got to be honest, I don't know who CPA is, but we'll dig into it. We'll find out from Ralph Sewell. He'll join us soon, my former teammate at Central Michigan. So that'll be fun to catch up with him. Garden City will take on Western, Detroit Western International. The Cowboys are going to do a little tangoing with Garden City. Liggett and Denby, a real fun matchup in Week 1. Liggett and Denby. How about the damage Denby did last year, taking home the PSL title in the gold division? And Zach Carr's got it rolling there, and they've got some talent back. Lost a couple of guys, but there's some talent there for sure coming back. Rockford and Cass Tech, that's the headliner. It's East versus West. It's a couple of blue bloods going at it. The East side and the West side. Detroit against Grand Rapids. I know it's Rockford, but you get the point. That's going to be a fun battle. The Rams inviting in Cass Tech on that matchup on that Thursday. Those are some of the headlining games in Week 1. Southeastern will take on DEPSA in another matchup. Week 2, things get a little bit interesting as well. Cody and Loyola. The Cody Comets will take on Loyola from the Detroit Catholic League, Little Catholic League PSL crossover action. Pershing and Foley. Pershing and Foley, a team from the Intersectional 1 in the Catholic League, or 2. And Pershing, that'll be a fun matchup. And that'll be on Week 2, Friday night. That's September the 6th. And everything kind of shifts back after Labor Day weekend from Thursday games to Friday games, and everything gets back to normal. By the way, we are going to kick our season off on a Thursday night, and we're going to follow it up on a Friday night. And we'll reveal both those games, not today, but we will reveal a couple of the games that we will do. A big hint is we'll stay in the PSL, at least for a couple. We have been the home of the PSL Football Championships at Ford Field since the inception of the prep 4 years ago. So Jay Alexander and the good people of the PSL having us back for another championship. A 2-day doubleheader, 1-day doubleheader with the blue and the gold. We're getting a bit ahead of ourselves. That's Week 8 or 9. But we're on Week 2 and sort of walking through some of these games that stand out. Lutheran, Northwest, and Douglas. An interesting one. But the headliner in Week 2 belongs, I believe, to both Cass and King. Shocker. King will take on De La Salle. King against Warren De La Salle. Terrell Patrick in Week 2 will get challenged by the Catholic League's De La Salle Pilots. Dan Roan with a few titles to his credit in the last 5-6 years. That'll be a fun matchup. Canton McKinley against Cass Tech on a Friday night. That's a banger. The fact that McKinley and Cass are playing is really, really cool. I don't know who put this together, but I'm going to give the credit to Jay Alexander. That's a banger of a game. So we've rolled through the first couple weeks. We continue to roll on from Detroit and the Randolph Technical Center. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, and we will hear from the Gold Division coaches right here on the Prep Media Day 2024. Thanks for watching. My time to shine. He took over. He got it. Splash. And that will put some gauze on it.
Thought they were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening. Just a good time.
All right, Anika McEvans is at the podium, and she is going to start this PSL Media Day 2024. So with that, we'll pause here and enjoy Media Day.
All right, good morning, everyone. Okay, wait, we try that again. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right, so thank you, everybody, for coming out today to our 2024 PSL Media Day. We are excited for everyone here to meet some of our returning players as well as some exciting new players to the PSL. I'm Anika McEvans, the Assistant Director of Athletics. I'm just going to do a couple housekeeping things before we get started, and then I'm going to introduce our fearless leader and get the program going. So how the day is going to flow, we are going to invite all of our Gold Division head coaches up first. They will come up, share a little bit about themselves, about their teams, and about the season they expect to have. Then we will have our Blue Division coaches. They will do the same. Then we will have some breakoffs and some individual interviews in the room across the hall, as well as some headshots and opportunities for all of you to get to know our PSL family. Sound good? All right. So young people, I really need your help today, right? We're going to do our absolute best to represent the PSL. Tell us all about your experience and what you're excited for this upcoming year. This is one of your days to shine. It's the official start of the 2024 season. Y'all excited? Y'all don't sound very excited. Come on, this PSL football. It's the best football in the state of Michigan. Are y'all excited? Yeah. All right, okay. So first I'm going to bring up Jay Alexander, our Executive Director of Athletics. He's going to share some words and vision for the year.
All right, welcome everybody to our annual Media Day. It's an exciting time for our student athletes to showcase their talents off the field for the most part and talk about what they do on the field. It's an opportunity for our coaches, who we have some of the best, if not the best coaches in the state of Michigan, which is the reason why we stay and be successful for our kids. But more importantly, our average GPA for the entire district athletics is the average is like 2.8. So that's exciting for these kids to show that they do in the classroom as well as in the field. So just a couple of quotes, because I'm a quote guy. Just to start us off, Alexander the Great: success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. That means the true merit of a champion is they're not measured by how many times they get knocked down, but how many times they get back up. Albert Einstein said, "You never fail until you stop trying." So it is very, very important, as you know, and our student athletes here are resilient. When they get knocked down, they get back up, and they continue to move forward and do great things. And my favorite quote, which I always say, if anybody ever heard me speak, with the help of many, we can do great things. And so this is our village here, and our coaches do an exceptional job of making sure our kids have opportunities. Our coaches spend countless hours on Saturdays taking kids on visits, doing things that they're supposed to do to help those kids, our student athletes, have an opportunity to play in college. And that's what makes the PSL special. And that's why we have so many playing at the next level and then at the highest level. So without further ado, you guys didn't come here to hear me talk. I'm going to bring up all the gold coaches. From Central, Jimmy Macon. From CMA, Quan Edgar. From Cody, Darnell Bryce. From Denby, Zach Carr. From Douglas, Robert Lynch. And from Northwestern, Michael Gibson. From Osborne, Marlon Neighbors. And from Pershing, Ralph Sewell. You guys come up to the front.
Oh, yes.
You can sit down. All right. Coach's poll. Coach's poll. Coach's poll. All right. Rumblings around here. We're trying to release the coach's poll. So, do we have it, Jamar? Do we have the results of the coach's poll? You can bring it on up. So at the beginning of the year, our coaches take a poll on where they think individuals would finish, and it's completely anonymous. So in the gold division, Denby Tars are expected to finish first, followed by the Central Trail Blazers, Pershing, Cody, Northwestern, CMA, Douglas, and Osborne. So that is the finish for the gold, per the coaches poll. For the blue, we'll wait till the blue coaches get up here. So without further ado, we're going to go in alphabetical order. To lead us off, one of our champion coaches who is not afraid of winning, Jimmy Macon.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Yes, it's a pleasure to be here once again for our annual media day. And the good thing about it, we bringing in spirit a whole lot of guys that's been doing a great job, as Coach Alexander said. The good thing about it, man, is that we growing. We growing and we growing. The good thing about it, before we looked at this in the room a couple of years ago, it was just pretty much 2 teams or maybe 3 teams or whatever. But now you're starting to see everybody be more competitive. And that's the way it should be, because this league was always the best league in the state. And I feel that way right now as far as us being the best league in the state. We got the better athletes. We got the better student athletes. I mean, we got the camaraderie going on now. You got different things to where it's a rival every week. You know, people want to put it together as far as making sure that, you know, when you play that game, you're playing in good spirit and good pride for your team. And that's what I'm starting to see more and more of. And we also getting guys more or less going to the next level, playing at a high level, and also going on towards the pros. I'm sorry. I didn't have nothing to come up here with, but I know I got some senior guys coming in, and we pretty much senior heavy this year, which is going to be good because they've been on the last 3 city championship teams or competed in the championship as is stated. That would have been the 3rd one if we'd have won last year. Unfortunately, Jack, he got me with 1 point. But the good thing behind it, you know, they came to play. You know, and they're going to come to play again this year. The same thing as Pershing, Northwestern, Osborne, all those guys over there, Cody. You know, they're going to come play football this year. And all we can do is compete, and hopefully we be successful and everyone staying healthy. That's the most important thing. Don't come out there trying to be that cat dog or whatever. It's all about just competing and having fun. The guys I got, Kalandre Hardy, he got several offers this year. Also, Keyshawn McCaffrey. I got a new walk-in, Kaylin Scott. You got Alante Smith and my quarterback, Antoine Kimball. Those guys been with me all 3 years. Solid kids, solid program. Looking forward to having a great season this year. Thank you.
Always great to kick it off with Coach Macon. So is CMA here? Not yet. All right, we'll move on and go to Cody Darnell Bryce.
Good morning. Good morning. Sweet blue. Good morning. Good morning. Blessed to be here. Hope you guys made it safe and all that. So first and foremost, I want to just speak on what Coach said. the PSL is growing. I remember a day where when I played ball, every game was competition or rivalry game. So I see us growing. We getting back to that. I want to speak about Cody Comets this year. Hopefully we will. Well, I assume that we will be competitive this year. I got some great guys coming up. Like Coach said, we're senior heavy. We'll speak about Marquise Williams, our running back, who wears number 1. He was a 1,000+ yard back last year. Gary Humphreys, he was. Those guys were a duo in the backfield. We got a young quarterback, Lamont McNabb, and two twin DBs, Deron Adams-Thomas and Deshaun Adams-Thomas. A big tackle, Corlin Wilform, and do I leave anybody out? Deanton Totten. These guys, they've been in the program before I got there. We've been able to grow. I had them a year under my belt. We've been able to go through they went through my off-season workout plan. So hopefully we're gonna make some noise in the gold division. All right.
All right, we're going to bring up Quan Egger from CMA.
Good morning, everyone. Blessings to each and every one of you. CMA, we are once again in the rebuilding stage, but I think it'll be a little excitement this year with our young players. We got all the young players that are really excited about coming out to play ball, and a few returners that are looking to step up and make a difference than what we did last year. We ended the season 4-5, started off at one point 4-1. So we're looking to make some improvements and just make a little noise in the gold division. We're not gonna say we're gonna take it, but if the noise is loud enough, then you'll see a difference. We'll sit at somewhere near the middle or the top. All right, you all be blessed.
All right, we're going to bring up last year PSL Gold Division champion, the Denby Tars. Zach Carter.
All right, good morning, PSL family. Zach Carter from Denby High School, head football coach. So I'm going to be short and sweet. I got 3 guys here with me today. Demetrio Hughes, who's a 3.4 overall kid. Davion Willis, who's a 3-year starter, been on varsity since his freshman year. And we got Shantez Bowie, who's just, in my opinion, he's an All-American guy, not only academically, but character-wise. Football is not who we are, it's what we do at Denby High School. So we are in the business of making men, making the right decision at the appropriate time. That's how we define our student athletes, guys. Looking forward to having a great season. Like I said, I'm not going to be up here long. Once again, looking forward to have a great season, guys.
All right, we're going to bring up Michael Gibson from Northwestern in his 2nd year.
Good morning. Coach Gibson, Detroit Northwestern. This is my 2nd year here with the guys. Just talk a little bit about Northwestern football. We have about 3 seniors coming back this year. We're very young, but we're very, very talented. I have a couple guys with me right now. Chris McCain, he's a junior. He's one of those guys that's going to shock a lot of people. Karan Prescott, he holds 2 offers right now. Darnell White, he's really made improvements this offseason, and he's going to make some real noise this year in the PSL division, in that gold division. Again, we're young. We're looking to make some noise, knock on some doors, shock some people. And we didn't have an off season last year, but we do have one this season, and it really is showing improvement this year with this team. So I'm not going to be up here too much longer, but everything, but wish everybody the best this season. Stay healthy. Guys, get your grades. And again, football is fun. Football is fun. All right?
All right, we're going to bring up Marlon Neighbors, also in his 2nd year with Osborne.
Good morning, everybody. Speaking on Osborne football, This year is going to be very competitive. Guys been bought in this off-season, weight room, off-season workouts, everything like that. Today with me, I brought senior lineman Daniel Conway. Expecting a big season out of him. I got junior lineman with me, Jaden Mabin's real breakout season coming from him. Sophomore lineman Blair Richards. I got junior athlete with me, Javion Payne. And I got my senior quarterback, Dolphus Woods, man. Real breakout season coming from him this year. Just expecting a complete turnaround from last year. Guys been working real hard. We really been getting after it this summer, man. So I just pray for a healthy season, injury-free season for everybody in here.
All right, wrapping up the gold division, we're going to bring up Ralph Sewell from Pershing.
All right, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Jay. Just want to say thank you to everyone who showed up today. It's a great opportunity to be a coach in the PSL. I was a student athlete in the PSL. Also, I had an opportunity to be a scholarship athlete from the PSL, so we know exactly what it takes to be a person who can make the transition from this social economic environment to another environment. And that's exactly what we're trying to do at Pershing High School. We're trying to, show the way for individuals, pave the way for individuals, create opportunities for them to move from an environment that they are in right now to another environment, hopefully at one of your campuses or one of the universities throughout America. But right now, what we're trying to do is build a new school at Pershing that's already underway. So I just wanted to make sure I get that out there for everybody, all the new recruits and all the individuals who did not know about that information. We'll have a new building in 2 years right now on 7 Mile of Ryan, so it'll be one of the best facilities on the east side of Detroit. But talking about Pershing, the state of Pershing right now is in good shape. We have great individuals right now. We believe we have one of the best individuals, one of the best athletes in the state of Michigan and possibly in the United States with Dejon Patterson. He owed one offer right now, but we're looking for that possibly to increase. That's number one. And then we got another guy that just came in. He's a transfer in, but he's been in school since the first quarter, and that's Jalen Foster. He's doing a good job with our quarterback position. He won that over this year from our terrific athlete, Michael Dureed, who we had an opportunity to see last year. Great opportunity to go all state, all city this year for all those young men. So we're expecting the most from Pershing. And I know it's been a great road, Jimmy. It's been a great road, Zach. But hey, we welcome the competition, and we come. And we come.
Good luck.
All right. All right, that wraps up the gold division coaches. Thank you very much. You can go back to your respective teams. And now we're going to bring up the blue division coaches. As you can see, there's a lot of competition around here. Yeah, you should have been in our meeting last week for our football coaches meeting. Those guys were going at each other. I had to calm them down. Lots of fun. So as they come up, we're gonna read the I got it. We're gonna read the results of the blue coaches division poll. Picked to win it this year, to finish in first, Martin Luther King. Second, Cass. Third, East English Village. Fourth, Southeastern. Fifth, Renaissance. Sixth, Mumford. 7, Henry Ford. And wrapping up the rear, 8, Western. That's the coaches poll for 2024. All right, we're going to go in alphabetical order like we did earlier. So we're going to bring up Marvin Russian from Cass Tech.
All right. First and foremost, on behalf of my boss and my principal, Lisa Phillips, our ADs, Tanya Woodard, Steve Hall, they send you the greetings on behalf of Cass Tech. So first thing I'll start off with and talk about the state of PSL football is phenomenal. I think that was reflective this past spring with the Michigan High School Football Coach Association All-Star Game. We had 7 representatives from the PSL playing that game. I believe the most ever. Denby was represented. Coach Macon had two of his fine gentlemen play from from Central. We had a phenomenal player from Southeastern. Osborne was represented. We had two individuals from Cass Tech. So again, I think that talks about the quality of men we have off the field and on the field in the city of Detroit, in Detroit Public Schools. So today, I'm joined by 5 of my phenomenal men. I have all representatives from the class of 25. They and I are entering our senior year. With that becomes a certain kind of confidence in the path we're on and what we stand for and what we're going to deliver this year. So I want to recognize Derek Jackson, DB for us, 3.8 GPA, National Honor Society, legacy student at Cass Tech, mom went to Cass Tech, committed to Kent State University. I have John Baker IV, another legacy, dad went to Cass, DN 3.0 GPA, committed to the University of Toledo. I got one of my fine linebackers, Marvin McCallum here, 3.0 linebacker, just truly exemplifies what Cass Tech is about: development, getting the most out of who you are as a man and as an athlete. George Sanchez Morello, kicker, 3.8, the best kicker in the state, hands down, hands down. And the last but not least, Seth Sindri, quarterback, 3.6. All these guys exemplify what it is to be a Cass technician. Sports is secondary. So just a little bit about Cass Tech. I love these gentlemen here. We had a hard finish to our year last year. I was going to give them 3 weeks off. They chose to come back a week later. We've been in the weight room. We've been grinding. We've been working. We're going to live to the standards of Cass Tech and deliver a state championship to the PSL. So with that, we got 7 guys projected to start returning on offense, 9 on defense. I got the best kicker in the state. A couple things we're about. We developed depth. We're going to be competitive. We got grit. And you're going to see the growth out of the Cass technicians. And then last, our motto for the year: if you want to go far, go alone. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. We're going together.
Outstanding. Thank you, Coach, for that. So we're going to bring up Damian King from East English Village.
Good morning, and welcome to another season for DPS. I know everybody's excited. And again, like coming into last year and the year before, everybody is healthy. All our youngsters have another year up under their belt. All our juniors is all seniors now. But we're going to have fun. We're looking to see what we have new for the new season. I got 16 seniors on my team. I have a couple of surprising freshmen and sophomores that'll be really excited to watch and look at. Unlike a lot of people, I don't have a lot of superstars, but I have some stars on my team. And we're gonna be real excited. And a lot of you know my wide receiver, Darnez, my quarterback, Joseph, my linebacker, Dave. We'll be excited to watch, so come on out and watch us. Thank you.
All right. Next up, we have Casey Smith from Henry Ford.
In his first season. Good morning, good morning. I'm Coach Casey, Detroit Henry Ford. I'm alumni. It's my first year at the helm. We got a team quote: how you do anything is how you do everything. And my kids embody that. So I just want to speak on my players, especially my seniors, especially Malik Shepard, a returning starter. He's actually going to graduate next year with his associates from Lawrence Tech, as well as he's also a 4.0 student. I'm going to speak on my sophomore, Greg Pope. He's a Spirit of Detroit award recipient. He saved a life earlier this year by performing CPR. Tywan Bailey, another tough senior leader in the school, not just on the field. My incoming freshman, Tyler Davis Hamilton. He's a quiet, silent leader, but he's a coach's dream. He do everything that you ask of him. He's fast, he's physical, and everything that we do at Henry Ford is just to make sure we are actually active in our community, make sure we taking care of our own building, our students within the building. I expect a pretty good season this year. First year, we're gonna do pretty good. Thank you.
All right, next up, first year head coach from Mumford, Will McMichael.
Good morning. Hey, I'm the rookie coach up here. We haven't heard me before, so it's an honor and privilege actually to be in this league. You're dealing with state powerhouses like Cass Tech and King. You got consistent playoff appearances by Southeastern. You got Central, and then you got Denby and Pershing and East English, who are all on the rise. So like I said, it's an honor and privilege. It's a great league. When you look around the country, no other city has more guys at the highest level than the city of Detroit. And they all come out of this league. So I find it an honor and privilege to be here. I'm here by the grace of God. I thank God for everything He's done in my life. This will actually be my 30th year coaching high school football, but my first as a head coach. I got a couple guys here from Mumford, Ryan Banks and Norman Adams. I expect great things from this year. They're our leaders, great guys, and we're going to push them to play at the next level. I'll make sure we get the transcripts right and go from there. I also got my team out with my wife, Peggy, Miss Basketball Evans from Country Day. But I'm the worst athlete in the house, so. Actually, I found an honor privilege to be here amongst you guys. I'm looking forward to a great season. I think Mr. Alexander, Mr. Vitti, Mr. McEvans for this opportunity. And I'll say, while we're in season, we're competing against each other. When we come to playoffs, it's Detroit versus everybody. Yeah.
Thanks, Coach. So Coach used to coach at rival high school that I used to go to, and he was our rival. And I don't think our team ever beat his team. And so as now running the PSL, I wanted to go get better coaches. So what more, go get the guy that we couldn't beat so he can come over here and teach these kids how to win. So I did, because my dyslexia or whatever I got, I don't know, I got so many things, but I forgot and skipped over King, Terrell Patrick in his first year.
First and foremost, thank you, Mr. Alexander. Thanks everyone for coming out today. It is my first year as head coach. It's my 15th year coaching at King High School. I started on the staff in 2009. Just a real quick story. This will be, I think, the 46th year that it'll be a Coach Patrick on the sideline. My father coached the offensive line for Coach Reynolds for 30 years. And then I came on staff in 2009. So you go back from 1979 to today, it has been a Coach Patrick on King's sideline. So I hold Coach Reynolds, my father, Coach Harville, Coach Spence, hold those guys in high regards, the people who came before me. And we really got our work cut out for us. When you're handed over something that's great, it's not a whole lot of wiggle room. Either you make it perfect or it goes down. So we've been working our tails off. I got some of my 4-year guys, DJ Stennis, got Rich, I got Xavier Newsom, and I got David Calmise. These are all guys who've been varsity kids. They're third-year varsity kids. DJ's committed to Grand Valley State. He's an exceptional student. David and Rich have several offers, and they'll be probably making those decisions pretty soon. And then Xavier has multiple Power 5 and Division I offers as well. So those core guys will be the leaders of the team, and it's going to be a little bit different. We have kind of got accustomed to having a 4- and 5-star talent, and we still have some very talented players, but the strength of the team this year will be the depth. But the depth is only a strength if you coach it a little bit different. You got to be willing, you know, to play 8-9 defensive linemen, to play several defensive backs. So the depth is only going to be an advantage if we coach it and put those guys out there. So we're really going to have to get after each other these next couple of weeks because our schedule does not allow us to kind of ramp up. We have to be ready week 1. We got 4 big games to start off the year, and we need to hit the ground flying. So it kind of cut practice a little short. We're doing a week and a half of being down to get the kids some time to come back and refresh. We worked them extremely hard this summer. So yesterday was our last day. We'll come back on the 12th, and we'll get ready for the kickoff against Cleveland. I'm looking forward to competing against these guys up here, and hopefully all of us can go the furthest that we possibly can. It'd be lovely to get multiple teams down on that carpet that Thanksgiving weekend. So I'm looking forward to it, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. So we're going to bring up Ed Johnson from Renaissance High School.
How y'all doing today? First of all, everybody talking about how great the league is and how it's getting better. I think that's a testament to every single one of these head coaches in here. They're doing a phenomenal job on and off the field. Even together as a head coaches, as a group, things have just been amazing. This is my 2nd year as a head coach. We got a few first-year head guys in here. I'm sure that everybody's been willing to help with them, just like have they helped me last year. So again, shout out to all the coaches in here for sure. I ain't gonna lie, that damn pole, that was a head scratcher, man. Seeing how we only lost to these 2 behemoths over here in the PSL the last couple of years, picking us 5th. I hope my guys heard that, because that's crazy. But for sure, we're going to be ready to play. My name is Ed Johnson, as he already said. This is my 5th year at Renaissance, 2nd year as a head coach. I know we got a stigma at Renaissance about athletics, but I'll be the first to tell you it's changing. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those guys who Jay and everybody's talking about. I sat in these seats. You know what I'm saying? I sat here as a PSL player. I was able to go to school for free on a full ride to Penn State, and I was able to make it to the league. So I know where y'all at. Just keep grinding, and it can happen. It definitely can happen. Last year we was 4-5, pretty decent year. We looking to get better. We've been working. We a major culture change going on at Renaissance, a major culture change. So we just looking to grow. We looking to grow and get better. I got my guys here with me. I got 3 guys with me. Julian Nichols, he's my only senior this year, which we're not complaining about. That's a pretty good problem for me as a coach. Like Coach Patrick said, you just got to coach. And that's something we're willing to do. We're willing to put the work in. But Julian's a senior. He's going to play everywhere. O-line, D-line, running back, linebacker, wherever we need him at, that's where he's going to line up at. I got Keon Boone here. He's a dynamic kick returner, receiver, and DB. Competed at the state championships in track. So we're looking for him to make a lot of explosive plays. And I got a freshman with me, Corey Stewart. He's working his tail off. Probably one of the hardest workers on my team, dedicated, and one of our leaders already. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm just looking forward to competing in the blue division. Like I said, these guys ain't beat us in a while, man, but they real confident, so I can't wait to line up with y'all.
All right, exciting. So the next coach we're going to bring up is from Southeastern, Courtney Dinkins.
Hey, good morning. My name is Coach Courtney Dinkins. I am the head coach of Southeastern. This is year 8 for me. I've been coaching high school football for the past 20-some years or so. Last year was my first year in the blue division. We finished 4-1, something like that. We lost to King. Finished the season 8-4. Went pretty well. Went far in the playoffs. Ended up losing in the quarterfinals. For this year's returning team, we're young. I lost 16 seniors last year, so I know all about the rebuild. It's been that way since I've been over at Southeastern. That's nothing new to us. We're not afraid of hard work. Hard work come to us. That's what we do. So we're gonna be young. We're not gonna be exciting. We're not gonna be throwing the ball everywhere and all that stuff. We're gonna be old school PSL that we know gonna be ground and pound. So, have big running backs, big linemen, and we just coming at y'all straight ahead. As far as the the Southeastern program goes itself. Just a hard-working program. We don't take anything for granted. We work hard for everything we get. Making sure all my kids go to school or go to college somewhere. And just like the rest of these coaches, man, it's a testament to what we're doing every single day when we meet every month and we talk about what we can and cannot do for our league. You know, and I think if we all stick together like we have been, the league will achieve more. Also, because Coach Johnson talking trash, I can't wait to see you week 2, 7 o'clock. All right. You're right, you're across the street, around the corner. So other than that, like I said, we're looking forward to a great season with everybody. Want everybody to stay injury-free, get as far as we can in the state playoffs, and like Coach said, meet each other on the carpet on Thanksgiving weekend. Thank you.
All right, we're going to bring up Courtney Webster from Western.
All right, so they got us picked last, which is okay. 3 years ago, me and Coach Dwayne Williams was the first to, I say, restart. We didn't have a rebuild. We had to start a program at Western 2 years without having a season. Within that, we had so much growth. May not on the field, but we had athletes come, we had students come, develop to be athletes, change their perspective of life and how they're gonna move forward. And they're doing well now. They're going to college. They're got jobs. They're working. So from the program, we're doing great. And I want to make sure that we acknowledge that. Unfortunately, I got Cass and King and Renaissance and Southeastern trying to embarrass me every week. But it's okay. This is a game. We have fun with it. I have 3 players that we brought with us. A new transfer, Marcellus Jackson, who I expect actually will do some things. We have Baby, DeMonte Middlebrook, who is a kid that came with us 8th grade that summer. He was the first one there, so he's been our baby ever since. Working, growing, getting his grades, going to school, being students. Then we have Jaden Johnson, who is 6'4", receiver, becoming a real athlete, who has struggled, and I'm telling your business, I'm sorry, with grades, so you didn't get to see him last year, but what he did last year in the school was amazing. He went in, got his grades, he was determined, started playing basketball, started playing football, shows up to practice. He became a young man. So it is such a pleasure to sit here, even with my 0-8 record, and say that we're winning at Western. And we did beat y'all in baseball and soccer.
Outstanding. So before we wrap up, wanted just to ask the media if you had before we break out into our sessions in the interview room over there, if you had any specific questions you just wanted to throw out generally. If not, we can just bring up Anika to close us out and give us direction for where we're going to go and do. All right.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of talk about you guys talking the PSL returning to its former glory. You talk about everything that's kind of gone into that and what's made the players stay here in Detroit.
Well, one, I want to recognize Jimmy Macon. We have a coaches association. He leads it. He gets us together. We put together strategies and ways to develop our young men and together. I know there's young men that are at certain schools and thinking about football. We work together to push with the coach. You can understand what they gain from playing football. Just to Coach Webster's standpoint, it's far more than athletics. Our job is to create husbands, great dads, great community leaders. So it's really community. That's what makes the PSS special. That's why we get better.
Anybody else? Anybody? Anybody else?
Piggyback on what Coach Ruffin said, the glory days was basically the city itself thriving. You know, you had guys coming from here going to different colleges. Every person up here went to a big time school at some point in time, coming out of the PSL. I myself went to Detroit Task, it's no longer here, but I played for Coach Barron. Coach Barron was a person that
some of you guys that know, some of your older reporters know who Coach Fran is. That was Coach Reynolds' best friend, you know. They were together day in and day out. So our model, I know for myself and Coach Patrick, is coming from Coach Fran. I know Coach Ruffin's model is coming from Coach Rowland, you know, and Coach Bolster. So coming back with the throwback, the older guys and everything else, that's what the glory days of the PSL mean. Making sure we get these young men somewhere in college, somewhere in the trade, become great men, fathers, husbands, and come back and be able to get back to the community just as well as we're doing right now.
Yes, the thing behind that, guys, I appreciate you guys, Marvin, and all the coaches up here. Like I said, we've been working together throughout the whole winter, and we've been developing things as far as ourselves, as getting our coaches better, our staffs better, moving forward as far as helping our kids get exposure, allowing them to go to camps and work out, training together. I know Zach, he wanted to put something together. We went out to Kentucky State. It was like 7 or 8 of us schools that competed out there. We did a great job out that way. It's just things that we're doing to make DPS CD that much better. You know, with Jay Alexander, Anika Evans, McEvans, they do a lot of good things with us, even with the middle school football. We got flag football, which a lot of people don't understand. We find guys in that programs right there developing things to get where we can be that much better and competitive as far as throughout the state of Michigan. And our goal is not just for DPS CD football, it's for the state. We want to make runs. Someone said something earlier, it was like 7 or 8 of us that competed in the state playoffs last year. A lot of people don't realize that, but that's what we're looking forward to get all 16 teams in. And we want to develop ourselves as far as doing that throughout the process of it. And, you know, with the help of everybody and we moving forward with it, it's a good thing. I'm also on the board for the state of Michigan, as far as the Michigan High School Coaches Association. I'm a regional director. I've been there for the last 6 to 8 years, I believe, something. I can't remember. I'm old now. But, you know, me being developing this program as far as with Coach Woodrow Thomas, you know, late guys like Courtney Dinkins, his dad, and Span over there, Mr. Reynolds, Coach Jim Reynolds, he was one of the great guys. He also started at Central over there. You know, you had Roland Sherrill over at Cass. You know, those are Central guys. People don't realize that. Those trailblazers, man, they was leading pass all throughout this whole state. And, you know, they put us in this process, and I didn't think I was gonna ever be a coach in my life. But for some reason, you know, Coach Thomas pulled me back about the grave coming back from college. I went to Jackson State University. You know, and the good thing about that, that's great HBCU, and everybody just realized that we went back in the 80s. So, you know, when you look at that, people don't realize for what we have because we don't put it out there. We don't socialize it. We don't, you know, broadcast it. But in the 80s, like they were saying about Welcher and everything, Welcher played in the backfield with me. We played at Central together. He went to Michigan, I went to Jackson State. And we had several guys in your seats just right now that also played Division I football. Most of these guys played D1, D2 football. So you guys got to realize what you got in front of you now, they just giving back. And they giving back in great measurements. And that's the thing I love about it, you know, is that how we growing. Because I might not be in these, you know, these 10 toes down in the next 2-3 years. I might be somewhere else. I might be relaxing. You know, I want to be like Vic McKay, you know, just sit back and relax. You know, those are the good things. But, you know, you got to realize, you know, they come out, they've been doing it for years. I remember when Mick McKay came over to Central High School, we was playing against Cass Tech in basketball. That was his first time ever in Central, back when Antonio Gates was playing. So, you know, I know those things. You know, historian, you know, it's good as far as this football here, you know, with this life. This is life right here at the best. You know, so I just want to close out with this and say thank you all, man. I appreciate it. We'll be starting to break out. I think Anika is going to come up and say something.
Yeah, next question.
You can outline the league plans for week 8 and week 9 for the PSL championships, the city championships.
Yes, this year our championships are going to be at Ford Field again at 5:30 and 7. So we're excited to go back to Ford Field for our student athletes. So those champions, the top 2 teams in the gold division will play first, and then the top 2 teams in the blue division will play second. And then what was the other question?
Week 9.
Oh, week 9, week 8 and 9. So week 8 is a week for us that we just cross over and play each other. So normally it's the top two teams or the teams that from one side play against the other side. So that's generally it. But week 9, our coaches go out and pretty much do their own schedules. So they try to schedule games where it's going to benefit them to try to get into the MHSAA playoffs. So we have a lot good games or good teams scheduled for week 9. So we're excited about that in week 1 and 2. And if you look at our schedules, our coaches are not shying away from tough competition. So that's what makes us strong in the PSL. All right, bring up Ms. McEvans to close us out.
Okay, so thank you everyone. So this is how the second portion of our day is going to go. My Blue Division coaches and their athletes are going to be in the interview room across the hall as well as in the atrium to meet with individual members of the media that want to ask them direct questions about their programs. The Gold Division teams, you guys are going to stay here. You have some interview responsibilities with the prep. So if I can have, first of all, the members of the media here, if you guys want to exit first before I release all these young people. And Roy, Jamar, if you guys can help get them established for me, please. And then my Blue Division coaches, you guys are released with your athletes. You guys, again, are going to take them across the hall and or in the atrium to get their headshots and or individual interviews. Gold Division coaches, hang tight. We are first up with Central. Jimmy Macon and your athletes, you're going to interview with the prep here. It's going to be right here. Okay. Yep. For my Gold Division athletes that are staying here, you guys can feel free to grab something to drink, something to snack on while you're waiting for your interview time. I'm gonna work to make sure that Jimmy Bacon starts his interview and finishes with a time-conscious manner. Always a good time in the PSL.
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive. We believe that athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game.
We believe coaches should act like teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and support their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Welcome back to the Randolph Technical Center. Chad Bush with you on the prep on Media Day. Football 2024. PSL's football coaches have assembled and some of the finest talent, including the man to my left, Kalandre Hardy, We'll start with the Trailblazers of Detroit Central, a team that was came in second in the coaches poll. We'll start first with Jimmy Macon. Jimmy, 30 years.
Yes,
30 years at your alma mater, Detroit Central High School, and you were picked second. Let's start there. I saw the grimace on your face. I saw the pain when you had to hear second again.
Yeah.
Tell us about that. Why?
Well, it's still memorable. And, you know, when you go down and you go in the city championship game and lose by 1 point, you know, the extra point, and knowing you was up 10, 12 points, you know, you had failure there. And that's still riding on our backs right now. And we looking to move forward. You know, people don't realize that we only had like 6 seniors last year, and now this year, you know, we locked solid with the same group of guys. We've been there the last 5 years in a row. So we was looking at almost 3-peat last year, but unfortunately we came short. So we got to start back over the 2-peat and so forth like that.
So the runners-up in the gold last year, and yeah, you feel like you've got something. And one of the pieces, one of the prizes of this program and the leaders is Calandre Hardy. And Calandre, I know you've got 13 college offers, and a lot of schools want you for many reasons. And you're titled a athlete. But when you get on that field, you line up at wide receiver and defensive back quite a bit. What's it like being one of the leaders for the Trailblazers?
Just being a leader is just like, it comes with a lot. Like, you know, like with the guys behind me, I got, you know, teaching, you know, because we do also got a couple young guys, you know, it's about teaching and, you know, and just winning and just doing what it takes to win, working, all that stuff to win, so.
You had a lead at Ford Field. You guys had a taste, and you've had titles. What was it that you guys came back, regathered this summer, discussed, or didn't discuss about that game?
You know, that was heartbreaking because we should have definitely won that game. So this year, we just keeping our foot on the gas, you know, not taking no breaks, you know, so we can just run through every team we got to play.
You open against Notre Dame.
Yes.
Notre Dame Prep, a
Pat
school
Fox.
that Pat Fox, a coaching legend like yourself, and you have gone out and played some people. I mean, this is one of several you're going to go up against this year. Let's talk about the Week 1 matchup, a fun, exciting matchup against Notre Dame Prep.
Well, Week 1 matchup is going to be a good one. You know, now we get to come and experience something outside of just being on in Detroit playing ball. We going to Pontiac. We going there to compete at a high level because I know that they lost their quarterback, but he's always going to come some type of trick up under his sleeve. But however, you know, we come to, like some coaches stated up there, we're going to pound the ground. See, a lot of people don't realize we got some good backs, you know, and Alante Smith and Kalen Scott and so forth. So we looking to move the ball that way. But once we air it out, you know, Calandre will go down like one of the top receivers in the state. You know, he reminds me of so much of Donnie Corley, to where, you know, he was a solid kid. And I hear guys talking, but, you know, Calandre's been very competitive, and, you know, we know he can be on both sides of the ball, playing the corner, you know, or safety, and he got a lot of interceptions, you know, last 2 years. He's been an all-state football player for 2 years in a row, so we're looking forward to showcasing him. And I know it's going to be exciting up there with Pat Fox up there, Notre Dame Prep, but we looking to come home with a victory.
It's nice to have a guy like Keshawn McGaffey,
yes, sir,
to anchor your line, and a guy that I know you rely on both sides of the ball to just take care of business in the middle. Like, you count out on him now, 4 years he's been a starter, like yourself. What's it like to have a teammate like Keshawn?
Keyshawn is just one of them ones that you don't get every year. So playing with him is like a big help. You know, he helps me a lot, you know, blocking for me, because if he wasn't blocking for me, a lot can happen, get hurt, all that. So I appreciate him, you know, for blocking for me, and great teammate.
3.2 student, man. He played solid for me for the last 3 years. Now he's going into his 4th year. He got a couple of offers. I'm proud of him. I like the things he's doing. He's developing as a young man. He came in a little bit sloppy, out of weight, you know, like 300. Now he's down to like 285. He's able to move around, you know. So this is a solid kid to have on the team like that for 4 years, to be in the championship for all 4 years, hopefully.
4-time Coach of the Year, Jimmy Macon, doing great things at Detroit Central and the Trailblazers. And Calandre Hardy, also, what a fine career, 4 years and 13 offers, and all the best to both of you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Appreciate you.
Best of luck.
Hey.
We'll see you down the line. I know we'll see you
Make
at
sure you
Thorfield.
come down there to see us week 7 against Pershing. I know he called us
I'm
out.
marking it down.
But we'll make sure that, he go home with that.
Coach Sewell called you out, didn't he?
That
Week
Super
7.
L. Yeah,
we might have to do that game.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
All right.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
There he is. We're coming back with a new group and a new pairing. Tough to beat this duo. We'll be right back in a minute.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy. Forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
7. Welcome back to PSL Media Day. We're at a nice facility here. The Philip Randolph Career and Technical Center on Great Hubble Drive. We're by Renaissance High School, and we're pleased to be joined by the CMA. Yeah. The CMA guys are in the house. Head coach Quan Edgar in his 7th year.
Yes, sir.
Great to have you with us. And Christopher Fulmore Jr., a very talented wide receiver, defensive back, running back. He'll do anything. Get him the ball.
Right.
And he's going to do some fun things with it. Coach, let's start with you. Mm-hmm. What's the outlook for the season? Obviously, the poll doesn't always tell the story behind the team.
Right.
What would you say to the folks out there that need to know about this year's team and what this year's team vibe's all about?
Look for excitement. We got a young team, but they are coming really to participate and make some noise. They want to win a championship. You know, they're fighting just even at practice. Their goal is to get better. And as long as we're getting better daily, we'll make a whole lot of noise in the gold division.
They won 4 of their 5 games to start the 2024 season. You start 4-1 last year.
Correct.
that was some good magic, mojo. And then things fell off after that.
All right.
What is it about the first part of the schedule last year that you feel you can recapture this year and repeat?
I think we can pull it out again as far as the first 4 games really coming out hard and really fighting. Where we fell off last year, we don't have a large team. So when you get down into those second half of the season, we end up losing players, so we got to play some of the kids that were on JV and things like that, and then not having a lot of depth. Conditioning. You got to play 4 quarters both ways, or should I say 4 ways? You go offense, defense, kick off, kick return, So we've really been conditioning real hard to compete 4 quarters as opposed to competing for the first half and falling off on the second half. All the games that we lost except one, we really lost them in the fourth quarter where we were running out of steam. Yeah. So the kids got a better understanding that we have to work day in and day out, leaving it all on the field and then even more. Yeah. So, most folks say, hey, you got to work 110%, give 110%. We got to give 200%. Yeah. Because we got to play. I tell them also, one of the things I tell them, we're not playing 4 quarters. We got to play 6 to 8 quarters. Yeah. So that's what.
Christopher Fulmore Jr., your turn, sir. Let me get your mic up there.
My bad.
That's okay. That's okay. Let's talk about your school, Communication Media Arts. What makes it distinctly different than some of the other schools in the PSL? Strictly academics and offerings. It sounds like a fun place to go. Like, if I was going to go to honestly, I consider it Communication Media Arts. What's the focus? What's the fun about your school? What do you enjoy about it?
What I enjoy is the hospitality that it brings out, and the other students. Like, right before homecoming, we do something. I forgot what it was called, but we do something in the gym. But we also got something called a sock hop right before Thanksgiving break. Then we also have other activities. But what really makes it stand out is how everybody is able to. My bad.
That's okay.
But everybody's able to treat each other.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're talented. You play many positions. What are you seeing from your teammates this summer that's going to make folks that don't necessarily know about the Pharaohs surprised when they see you guys kick off against Robichaud on the 24th of August?
They're going to see some of us is really undersized for our position, like me, 5'5", 5'6", wide receiver, DB, running back. But you're going to see undersized kids with a big heart to play the game, a big way to hit, all that other stuff.
You mentioned, Coach, you've got some youth, some guys that might surprise. You've got a little bit of senior leadership. It seems like a nice sprinkling of some young guys, some veterans that brings this team together. How's that team structure work so well for you guys?
One of the things I don't do earlier on is say, hey, this is a captain, just because you're a senior. And what we've had a lot of young people stepping up, just like Chris himself. He's not a senior. He's a junior. He's going into his junior year. But he stepped up since a sophomore to be a leader. Leading is not always being the best player, but it's also your character. What are you doing in the classroom? What are you doing in the community? So that's what we look for in a leader. So we have a mixture of leadership on every level. Even freshmen are coming in leading by how they carry themselves or what they're doing on the field at conditioning and the respect and love for one another. We're a family unit, so we're pushing family as opposed to, hey, this is just my teammate. When I first got to CMA, some of the kids did not associate with each other outside of football. They weren't friends. They just played football together, and they never really talked to each other, dealt with each other unless they had to in the building. So now we've created a more of a family, a more of a unified group as opposed to the separatism that we've had in the beginning.
I love it. He's Quan Edgar. He's in his 7th year. He's the head coach at Detroit CMA, Communication, Media, and Media Arts. Guys, thanks so much. Best of luck this year. We'll be watching for the Pharaohs.
All right.
Looking to surprise some folks in the gold. Laying in the weeds.
Right. There you
Laying
go.
in the weeds. It's not
go.
a bad place to be. Go Shaka, boys.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
so much for
you.
joining us.
All
Appreciate
right.
it. Thanks, man.
Take care.
Appreciate it, Chris.
All right. Be blessed.
Thanks, Coach Kwan.
All right.
Appreciate you. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with our next club. Thanks for watching Media Day 2024 right here on The Prep.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Welcome back to PSL Football Media Day. We're The Prep, and we have the Cody Comets in the house here at the Philip Randolph Career and Technical Center. The Comets are here, and they're led by their head coach in his second year, Darnell Bryce. And, Coach, thanks so much for joining us.
Appreciate you having us.
You bet. And D'Anton Totten joins me to my left. He is a wide receiver and a good build for a wide. You're like perfect build, 6'2", 175?
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes,
I
sir.
guessed on the weight. I cheated on your height. Anyway, these are two of the Comets that are looking to shine bright here in this 2024 season. You came off a winning season last year, Coach Bryce.
Yes, sir.
What did you learn about your team last year and your program as you move into your second year?
Getting the team late in the season last year, after June, we didn't have an off season.
Yeah.
So that was year one. Year two, we had the opportunity to have a full off season, full workout regimen, try to change some bodies and try to change a little bit of culture. So the guys really bought in, and so we learned a lot together, and we grew up together. Me being a rookie head coach, so they did pretty well.
You're picked fourth in the 8-team gold, respectable, right in the middle of the pack. What's a game on the schedule that you're kind of looking at? And I know week one, of course, is important, but what's a game you're looking at eyeballing that you want to take care of?
Any of those guys that are projected to finish ahead of us, number one, Denby and Pershing. We don't see Central. Denby and Pershing are the guys that we're looking forward to the most. But we're going to take every game very serious. But those two are marked on our schedule.
D'Anton Totten, look, you're a senior. This is a team that ran the ball for over 1,000 yards last year with Williams. How much did that set things up for you in the pass game? Is it nice to have a complement of the pass and the run and the dominance at both ends?
Yes, it was good because it take the pressure off me, and it helped me create more space because they'll be focused on the running back.
What have you been working on individually and with your teammates in the offseason?
We've been working on our route running, really getting that better for the team.
You get a chance to go against your team's best defensive back, and it makes each other better.
Yeah.
How much has depth been a factor in you guys being able to stay in games and win games? And is that something that this year has improved?
Yes, this improves a lot.
Yeah. Coach, as far as new strategies this season and knowing your team, knowing your depth, and knowing what you have, having a full offseason, what do you like about this year's squad?
Just the versatility. Last year we were primarily a running team. So we have a great young quarterback with Lamont McNabb. He's growing and coming into his own.
It's a good quarterback name.
Yeah. He's growing into his own. Got a few guys. You know, our running game will still be our focal point. But we got some young, great athletes with DeAnton that play receiver. We got a transfer, Kadarius Rice, he came from a championship pedigree from Alabama. So it opens it up for us a lot where we can be able to be a multifaceted team. So
you open the season. I had it right here against Loyola.
No,
week 2 is Loyola.
Detroit Community is week 1.
I'm sorry, Detroit Community. I want to skip to week 2 in the matchup with Loyola. It's an intriguing one. How did you get that game, and what was your thought process in taking the game?
Coach reached out. They were looking for a week 2. Our week 2 was open. We're willing to play anybody, anywhere. I guess the good thing for us is at home. So we're not ducking any smoke, so to speak. He reached out. Let's make it happen. Let's work. So I believe it's going to be. We need to see different opponents other than the PSL guys.
Yeah.
So that we can, one, qualify for the state playoffs. Number 2, we would have seen something different from the guys that we see every week when we make it to the state playoffs.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The Comets looking to represent the east side of Detroit this year. Darnell Bryce in his second year doing great things. Best of luck this year. West side, I'm sorry.
The best in the West.
Shame on me. I'm sorry. Man. Foul number 1. I get a few on broadcast number 1. West side.
Yes, sir.
Darnell, thanks a lot. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Best of luck this year.
All right. Thanks
so much. DeAnton Totten, thanks so much. Have a great season.
You too.
And we'll be looking out for the Cody Comets, the best in the West.
Absolutely.
We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with a new club and a new player right after this.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe that athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game.
We believe coaches should act like teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and support their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy. Forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
Welcome back to the Randolph Career and Technical Center on Hubbell Avenue in Detroit by Renaissance High School. We're back with the Denby Tars, the champions of the PSL in the Gold Division a year ago. Zach Carr and his boys hoisted that trophy in Ford Field. They came from behind, and they knocked off Detroit Central for the win. And they're expected to do big things again this year. They were predicted in the coaches' poll of the PSL to finish first earlier today. And we've got Shantez Bowie. I knew I was going to screw that up. Shantez Bowie with Zach Carr as well, the head coach in his 5th year.
Yeah.
Coach Carr, we'll start with you. Look, you finished 8-2 last year, undefeated regular season.
Yep.
Hard to ask for anything better than hoisting the trophy in Ford Field. I know winning the state championship is close, but it was certainly something last year that you had to be very proud of.
Yeah, for sure. Great accomplishment for our guys and our team. That team was a great team. Those guys were a close-knit team, a lot of leaders on that team. It was sad to see them go, but it's all part of football, next man up. All those guys are going off to do great things. I had 11 seniors. Out of the 11 seniors, 9 went off to play college football. So that's a great accomplishment in itself. So looking forward to this next year's team to have the same success, if not better.
Shantez Bowie, a guy that 2-time All-City, an academic, all-leaguer as well. And you do everything, man. You run it, you catch it, you intercept it. What's it like to lead this team this year?
I see we got a lot of potential, a lot of working. I really see another city championship.
What's something that you feel you guys have an advantage over, maybe from last year, that you maybe gotten better in a certain area, if that's even possible?
Character, our character. I would say I had more storms, like I'll get real heated. Coach helped me with that. I'm a lot calm now.
The schedule this year, it's not easy. You've gone out, you've played some toughies. I see your schedule here in weeks 1 and week 2. You start off with Liggett.
Yeah.
You're going to go play Andre Rison.
Yeah.
The bad moon Rison.
Right.
You're going to try to deflate that moon.
Right.
That's a fun matchup on the 29th of August to start things on that Thursday.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that matchup. It'll be a great opportunity for our guys to come out of summer camp and really show what we can do. I'm an old line guy, so we're gonna run the football. We're gonna ground and pound. We got a quarterback in Chris Kendrick who can stretch the field, do many things, and make our offense dynamic. Coach Mobley, who's our defensive coordinator, can dial it up and get it going with anybody. So we're super excited, about this matchup, our week 1 and week 2. Liggett's going to be a pretty good ball club. Been watching them this summer. They got some guys that can play over there too.
Yeah.
So we're super excited to, get out there and rough it up a little bit.
Kenneth McClinton, a guy that is a big part of your team and a tough matchup for anybody.
Yeah, for sure.
What's it like to play with a guy like that and have the skill set to help maybe open some things up for you in the run game?
It's real. Let me see. How can I put it? He teach me. I teach him. We all teach each other. It's like having a brother on the field. Yeah.
Kelly Road is on the back of your jersey. How much pride do you have when you see that back there?
We got a lot of pride.
Yeah. What's this team take with it? You lost some things too.
Yeah.
You mentioned the seniors you lost. What's the biggest, not weakness, but thing you had to recover and reload in?
So, though it was a senior-led team, you know what I mean? So a lot of times it wasn't a lot of coaches' voice, it was a lot of players' voice. So this year is a lot of coaches coaches' voice more than the players. But we have some leaders here on our sideline. Davion Willis, who's been a senior since his freshman year. A guy who's a great locker room kid, a great teammate. Demetrio Hughes, who's turning into a pass rush specialist, been a 3-year starter for us both ways. So we got some senior leadership. Drayshawn Johnson as well, who's stepping up and being a leader. We got some guys. We got some pieces. This is a tight-knit group. Last year group, it was a group that we were just going to roll over you, just period. This group, we're going to be a lot more technical sound and just do the right things at the right time.
You've done the right things in the classroom to give yourself a lot of options in college. Anything in particular you're looking for in a college or university now that you've got such a great academic and athletic future ahead of you?
I want to say it's something, I'm looking for somewhere like home, and I can keep going and keep me on the right path.
He's a free agent. Come get him. Shantez Bowie. Glad you've joined us. Best of luck. We'll be following the Tars. Expect to see you in Ford Field.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Always fun to watch the Carway and hear the Carway.
Go Tars.
All right. There they are, the gold champions of the PSL, the Tars of Denby on Kelly Road. The show rolls on, and we'll have a new head coach and a new player coming up right after this.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice. We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools. From Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
My time to shine. He got it. Splash. And that will put some gauze on it. They were having a lot of fun, dishing it off to each other. The dunks were happening, just a good time.
The Northwestern Colts are next, and we've got head coach Michael Gibson in his second year, and Darnell White Barnes, his middle linebacker. And hey, everybody wants to have their middle linebacker in a dark alley late at night, and you also want them at the podium sometimes. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Good to be here.
Northwestern, led by Michael Gibson, who took over last season, 2 years back, midway point. Last year, first full year. You're starting to build the program now, starting to put your prints on it. You came over from the junior college ranks. What's it been like, and how much fun are you having developing this program at Northwestern?
Well, to be honest with you, it's a great experience. It's a little different from the college ranking because, college is pretty much a business when it comes to the college aspect. High school, we're trying to develop these young men into becoming men. So it gives us a great opportunity to put our stamp on these young men when they go into the next level, to see these guys at the next level on TV or wherever they go. Just making sure they're doing the things that they need to do the right way to represent Northwestern, their families, their self, and things in that nature. So it's a little bit different from the college rankings, but it's fun still being a coach.
What did you come out of last year thinking about your program that you were most excited about, most proud of, that, you know what, we turned the corner in this area and this was a goal and we got there?
Well, when we first started there, we looked at the team, we seen the size they had, and what really intrigued us, the staff that we have, is that we're young. We're very young. Last year we had 5 seniors. This year we have 3. So we're developing in our young men. They didn't have an off season last year. Like I said, we came in midway during the season, but this season they have an off season. They have really been working hard, getting better. And like I said before, we're really going to shock a lot of people this year.
This guy is your middle linebacker. Let's talk to him, Darnell White-Barnes. And what's it been like in this program, learning under Coach Gibson and seeing him having so much passion and rebuilding the Colt program?
He is a good coach. All the other coaches good too. We got a young coach. He was recently playing college, so he allowed to know new things. But I feel like Coach Gibson is a good coach. He knows a lot of things, so yeah.
You play middle linebacker. You must like to hit people and hit them hard.
Yeah, this is my first year playing middle linebacker.
Where'd you come from? What adjustment are you making to play? Where'd you come from, the D-line?
Yeah, I came from DN.
Yeah. What's the biggest adjustment so far that you think you're going to have to learn?
I got to know, everything. I got to know what everybody else doing. So, I can't do my job because the middle linebacker is like the captain of the defense. So, if one person not doing their job, I got to make sure that he is doing his job, make things right, so it'll be easier.
The defense last year had to, they had to really pull it together, and your offense wasn't the strong point. This year it looks like you've got some explosive wide receivers. You got this Prescott kid with a couple offers. You got Chris McCain, one of the top wide receivers, you say, in the PSL.
Yeah.
That's a big statement, and that's a big-time wide receiver duo. If that all ends up playing out, tell us about your wide receivers.
Well, this year we brought together a couple guys from the year before. They were young, like I said. We just started off. But this year they are working hard in the offseason, and it's going to be a good duo with them. Like I said, Chris McCain is one of the strong suits of our team. He's a great guy with hands. He knows the game. Prescott comes over a transfer from Mumford. He has 2 offers he holds. Gritty guy. He knows the game. Nice hands. Also plays DB. So with them 2 guys on the same side together, it's going to be a pretty explosive thing to watch.
You open against Allen Park Cabrini on Thursday, the 29th of this month. You believe it? We're here. We're here in this month.
Right.
We're already talking about a game on the 29th of this month. What do you think about when you think about Allen Park Cabrini and that matchup and the opportunity for the Colts to get out on the field and kick it around?
Well, we've been doing a little scouting on Allen Park as far as actually looking at the prep things. Max Preps, looking at their home and away games, looking at their
Who's
things.
Max Preps? We don't know them.
Max Preps,
I'm kidding.
They're pretty decent.
I'm kidding.
So yeah, we've been doing some scouting with them, looking at their offenses and defenses. They have a couple of big guys at receiver that they have. One guy. They have a decent running back as well. they're disciplined. They're going to be disciplined. One thing I do know is that we are going to come prepared. It's not going to be the same as last year where we're just showing up to play football. We're going to be prepared for this game. We're looking to hit the ground running with this game. We definitely want to show that the Colts are back. It's going to be. We know it's going to take time, or whatever. But we're trying to do something now. We're trying to put our foot in the door now. We're not trying to kick it in, but we know it's going to take time for us to kick it in. But we're trying to at least put our foot in, so they be like, hey, wait, whoa, who got that red and white shoe in there right now? That's what we're trying to do. So it's going to be a good game. We're looking forward to the 29th. Looking forward to seeing what our guys are going to put out there on the field from this offseason. And we're ready to get going.
Michael Gibson and the Colts looking to just get, just the hoof, get it in the door, and let folks start to get surprised by the Colts this year, who are looking to make some noise. Darnell White Barnes, thanks so much for joining us. Best of luck in that transition to the linebacker spot. By that handshake, it seems like you're the right man for the job. Coach, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Best of luck this year.
Thank you.
We're back with more from Detroit right after this.
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe that athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game. We believe coaches should act like teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and support their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
It's time for the Knights of Osborne, and we've got Marlon Neighbors in his second year, and his quarterback, Adolphus Woods, good enough to join us here on PSL 2024 Football Media Day. My name is Chad Bush, and again, I'm with the Knights of Osborne, picked 5th in the coaches poll out of the Gold Division. What are your thoughts on that, Marlon?
Oh, well, we took it personal.
Yeah.
We took that real personal, but I'm just glad that my guys took it personal. So it wouldn't have meant as much if I just the only person that took it personal, but my players took offense to that. Even my assistant coaches was texting me, man, like we was picked behind a few teams that we feel we shouldn't have been, but you only as good as your last fight, so we being judged off last season, which is okay.
Yeah, and you got to feel good when you've got this guy to my left, Adolphus Woods, as your QB1. You might sneak him out at receiver once in a while, but you're going to ride with him under center Adolphus, how does it feel to be the leader of this club? You got a coach with a lot of confidence behind you in your group this year.
It feels good. Just looking forward to working with the guys, putting in work and winning.
You've got a talented group around you. You've also got a talented lineman at 5'10", 315 in the name of Daniel Conway.
Yeah,
it's got to help to have Conway up front. That's a big boy to be protecting you. How do you feel about the offensive line and how they can help make this a cohesive offensive unit with all the great skill players?
I feel very confident, very protected, and they're going to work, definitely.
What have you seen in your skill position guys? You've trained this off season. You've had a chance to run some routes and see how guys work together and gel. What do you think so far?
They coming. Yeah, they definitely finna. Yeah, it's on.
Coach Marlin, let's talk about where you came from. You came from Belleville,
a
school that's used to winning, and a program that you came off a state title, I believe, that season, And now we see Coach McMichael come over from. Are we starting to see this Belleville tree trickle into the PSL?
I mean, man. So, first of all, man, hats off to Coach Crowell just for even giving me the opportunity to get on the staff, bring me along with Coach DeJuan Rogers, man, Coach Ray. Them was the guys that assisted in the process of me getting on to the Belleville staff, man. That championship experience, man, it made me the coach I am today. I learned a lot as far as what to do for the program, with the program, to get to the next level. One thing that I took from Belleville, Coach Norman, who's the head coach now, when I got the head coaching job here, me and Coach Norman, we were at Michigan State for a spring game practice, man, and he was just trying to give me a few tips for the season, and he told me, he said, like, you was here, so you know the blueprint, you know what's supposed to be done. And one thing that he said to me that stuck with me, and I keep it with me every day, he told me, man, set the standard and hold everybody to the standard. He said the moment you let somebody step outside the standard, it's no longer the standard. So I'm big on that as far as within my program. That's one thing that the kids have gotten adjusted to. That was just a part of the culture change. Actually getting the guys to buy in. One thing for sure, like I tell my kids all the time, 90% of the things that we do and the way we practice, the way we lift weights, the way we watch film, I model everything behind what we did at Belleville. So I don't look at it as like, well, I can't do it here because I'm at Osborne. Everything that I did at the state championship program, I do it here to get my guys to the next level, and hopefully one day we can compete for a state championship, city championship.
What do you like most about playing for Coach? You know, he came over from Belleville, but you've spent time with other coaches in your development. What is it that stands out about Coach that gets you fired up?
He's super competitive, and he's also fun, and he treats everybody fairly. Yeah.
It's a good combination.
Yeah, he pushed us to be better.
When do you get angry with him? What does he do that when you get angry and you got to be, oh, man, I got to swallow my
When he don't come to practice and he got to pay for the next practice he show up to.
Yeah. He answers you. Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all right. Hey, you want an open relationship, right? As a quarterback, sure. It goes both ways. And you guys seem to have that kind of mojo. On paper, this does not look like a one-win team. And it does not look like a 5th out of 8 team.
No, so like last year, when I got the job late, so I missed the off-season portion of the football season with my guys. And that's one thing that I took pride in this year. From December to now, man, we've been working nonstop. And like the one win from last year, you know, like the 8 losses that we had, man, 5 of them was determined within like 4 points. So we was at a point last year where we didn't know how to win as a team. We didn't know how to close out a game. We didn't know how to sustain drives. We didn't know how to finish the game. Like, that's what we took away from last year. Like, I sat down with the guys at the end of the season, looked at our record, looked at the scores, watched the film, and I broke it down like, listen, if we would have did this different on this play, scored this touchdown, we win this game. We did different here, stopped this touchdown, we win this game. And showed them how easily last year's team could have been a playoff team. You know, so I don't even. Me personally, last year is last year. So it's fine with being picked 5th. It's fine to be judged off that record. But I know what we're expecting this year. We're going to be very competitive. Hopefully, we are at the city championship week 8. That's our goal. That's what we're working for. All right, since December, that's what my guys been working for. Because before we can compete for a state championship, we got to go get that city championship. So December, that's been our motto, man. Let's go get a city.
His name is Marlon Neighbors in his second year, looking to make Osborne a winner in 2024. Looks like you've got the right recipe and the right leader to do just that. Adolphus, thanks so much for joining us. Best of luck this year. Coach Marlon Neighbors,
appreciate
it's been a pleasure. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Back with more after these.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Welcome back to Media Day 2024, PSL Football. And we've got the Doughboys in the house.
Yes.
7 Mile and Ryan is here.
Yes.
And it's Ralph Sewell, Fire Up Chips.
Fire up.
In his 6th year, the head coach, and he's got Dejon Patterson as junior DB wide receiver, all-stater returning. And he's also a 3.4 GPA. We should have led with that.
Yeah.
The Doughboys are here, and Coach, always a pleasure.
Man, yeah, definitely.
This is a defensive back. I know that you trust on the back end. Let's start with the defense. Position you played, a hard-hitting safety.
Yes,
You hit me many of times, I can attest. The defense, I know that's important to you.
Yes.
You guys have had success. You're picked 3rd. A lot of it has to do with that. Tell us about the defense you bring in.
Oh, man, led by the big fella, Clarence Robinson. He's our guy who gives the calls out, and, the guys like Dejon. We just excited about the length that we have on defense right now, the size that we have, the strength, being able to get in the weight room. Planet Fitness has really stepped up to the bill for us, help supply the school with some workout equipment as well as the Lions. So we formed a great partnership with those individuals who helped our community out. So I'm expecting a lot from these guys who utilize those supplements to help us get to where we are right now.
Dejon Patterson, just a junior, but you're relied upon. You seem like this cool, collected kid that's just come on the scene and doing big things. It comes easy to you. Talk about being a playmaker and an all-stater as a sophomore.
I want to shout out to my team, man. They give me the trust and my coach. Yeah, man, it's just they're putting the hard work in. It's easy, But, yeah, shout out to my team. Shout out to Pershing, my coach. Dean, he been with me since I was little, so it's a lot of trust between me and Dean. And then just now with me and Coach Clarence over here, since freshman year he just been giving me advice to just be better.
Let's talk about last year. What do you take from last year's season and your thoughts and reflection on it?
Oh, man, great learning experience. Got in with a great young group, gamey group. I know they were young and experienced, so having an opportunity to put those guys in the fire, get that experience and grow from that, use that as a stepping stone, as a motivation to build for this year. So we expect to pick off where we left off at yesterday. We don't want to finish this year at third as we were picked. Hopefully we can do what we are set to do is put that championship up in the trophy case.
The athletes just jump out on the page.
Yeah.
Michael Dureed,
yeah.
Ken Quan Davis, Chris Thomas, Jalen Foster, Mark Williams. I mean, it goes on and on.
Yeah,
a lot of guys that stand out. I mean, this is a team that on paper, I mean, there's got to be some expectations out there.
Yeah, definitely. We just want everyone to know, man, we have a phenomenal group of guys that we have been able to assemble here at Pershing, and this should continue for a long period of time. So we want everyone to know, come recruit our guys. We have recruitable guys, 3.0 GPAs, and these guys definitely can land on Division I and Division II teams and help them out immediately.
And several have offers already.
Yes.
You also have a new school building going up.
Yes.
There's a good vibe at 7 Mile and Ryan.
Yes.
And tell us about just what's going on and a lot of juice.
Yeah, just a little bit about that. The LaSalle Garden, the Coney Garden area has been blessed to receive funding from the federal government as well as other entities to put a new Pershing building right there on 7 Mile and Ryan. So it'll be a multi-million-dollar facility that will house approximately over 700, up to about 700 kids, and it'll be one of the state-of-the-art facilities on the east side of town in Detroit. So hopefully that will lure individuals over to our community, but we want to necessarily get them over there the right way right now through hard work, perseverance, and dedication, and a lot of love. At Pershing, we got to say that we are what?
One.
All right.
How about that upstairs and the facility? Is that going to stay intact, or what's the plan to keep the historic value of the basketball?
Well, I'm glad that you asked because we do have the Steve Smith Gymnasium. So individuals, alumni, as well as other individuals will have an opportunity to come before the building is torn down and everything to get a piece of that what's not going to be saved and put into the new building. They get an opportunity to get a piece of that gymnasium, a piece of the school, and take with them. But there will be a dedication in the new school in the atrium part that's going to highlight some of the old building and some of the historical things that we're going to bring over to the new building.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let me know. I want to get some
Definitely.
artifacts before they take that thing down. What is it about your teammates that you really like? Maybe not on the field, but off the field. What do you like most about the communal feeling amongst your peers?
My team is comedy, man. It's just fun, man. It's a lot
of jokers.
It's a lot. It's a lot of.
It
started with the quarterback. That's my cousin. That was our struggling part at last year. A lot of mistakes. You feel me? Shout out to Mike though.
Do Reed?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you feel me? We had to get that spot refilled. We got one now. We're just ready to fix all the mistakes we did last year and just come by and play.
Go have some fun.
Yeah, that's right.
Represent the East Side. Do your thing.
Hey.
Teammate, always good to
Man,
see you. Fire
always
up, Chips.
a pleasure. Fire up. Go fire up.
Fire up. Ralph Sewell in his 6th year, getting the Doughboys rolling in 2024.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with the simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, Whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
Welcome back to Football Media Day 2024. The PSL's biggest and best are here, and the technicians are in the house, the Green Guys, and they're led by Marvin Rushing, a proud alum of Cass Tech, and he's got one of his stars of this team, Derek Jackson, committed to Kent State.
Yes, sir.
One of the top defensive backs this state has to offer, and a fine student athlete as well. The technicians, 9-3 a year ago, lost in the second round. A lot of promise this year, and this is a team that you like the depth, Coach. You like the depth and you like the character. You spoke of that early on, and that's a good sign as you enter year 3.
Yeah. I'll do one correction. We actually 7-4 last year. That's really drove the hunger this off season. After losing to the eventual state champion Southfield A&T, we offered the kids 2-3 weeks off before we prepared for the next season. Want to make sure they came back emotionally prepared. These young men, the senior class, our 2025s, elected to come back in 7 days. And I had to throw a couple out the weight room 3 days later. So we've been working, we've been grinding, and the best part of this is we got great quality men who love each other. So we're going to do special things this year.
Listen, the defensive backfield you've just owned. I mean, you were last year taking over the leadership role, saw great signs from you, and what is it about this team that you've been able to grasp and get their attention?
Yeah, I would just say, like, you know, my confidence level, you know what I mean? Like, I'm more confident guys on the field that'll take leadership, take ownership, and be able to call people out when they're wrong, or, you know, encourage people when they make a play. You know, I'm that type of guy for sure. So I feel like that's why the guys, you know, even some of these guys look up to me, and then some of my younger teammates, you know, they cater to me and, you know, look for me to help them with certain things and stuff like that.
The defense certainly gets love, it should, but the offense gets some hype also. And you've got some talented tools coming back, and you've got options at the quarterback position. It's a 3-headed monster, perhaps it appears. I mean, a lot of depth. Let's start there with the quarterback position and how excited you are in this offseason.
Well, to have great quarterback play, you have to have great O-line play. So it's always going to start with the big fellas. We always do everything to honor our linemen first because they are the core, the foundation of what we do. So I got to start with O-line. From Khalif Canty, left tackle, 3-year starter, junior, so one of the best players in the country. You know, you got Jelani Walker, 3-year starter, junior at center, so smartest O-lineman we have. You got Evan Gooden, Jr., that's really elevated his game. He's going to likely start at the right tackle. We got Isaiah Copeland. We got Josh Paramore. We got a plethora of riches up front. That's going to allow our quarterbacks to have success. We want to be a run-first team. We want to be a physical team. We want to be a gritty team. We're going to be able to run the ball with the plethora of running backs we have. We got Damari Hendricks, a.k.a. Curly, little scat back. Love him to death. Nobody outworks Baby Corum. You got Carson Lovett, physical, can run away from you, and he just looks nasty because he doesn't like life because he wants to run through somebody. And then we got a talented freshman, Julian Taylor Jr., that really is a combination of both shifty, fast, but powerful, and really has a chance to be special. We got 3 more backs that I think will start for 80% of the state, if not more. And that's what's going to allow our quarterbacks to have success. We'll be able to run the ball. We'll have play action. And we got talent back there with Seth Sindri right here. Confidence is through the roof. He's really grown as a young man. Confidence, his leadership. We got Davion Reese Jr. that honestly has the strongest arm on the team. Corey Sadler Jr. will still play quarterback when needed, hopefully as little as possible, so we can use his dynamic talent outside. And then we got a good freshman, Don Tabron II, that has a good talent. But the best thing about the quarterback room is they champion each other. They're championing each other. I've been watching during 7-on-7. Watch this young man celebrate the other guys. They celebrate him. We're a team. We're a family.
Special teams we haven't talked about yet, but you guys have an advantage in that position as well with George Murillo Sanchez and the way he kicks the football. It's a luxury to have on any team.
Yes, sir.
How much pride do you take in the special teams?
Oh, me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Yeah.
But all of our coaches take really a lot of pride in the special teams. Me as well. I plan to start on punt and kickoff this year, to go down and make tackles and, give our defense and some, hype the defense up, when we make a tackle and things like that. And, my guy George here, he's the best kicker in the state. You know what I mean? He's made plenty of field goals and extra points and stuff like that. And he's just, like I said, the best kicker in the state. Nobody's better than him. Nobody, he's just a great guy.
I like the shout out. He deserves it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your schedule. It's Rockford and the Rams in week 1. Where's that matchup at?
That game will be at Rockford High School. It's a little difficult for us to find matchups, particularly in the state of Michigan, and we don't have the negotiation powers to get people to come to Cass Tech. It's a shame, too. These guys don't get a chance to celebrate in front of their student body and play a lot of home games like everybody else. We're averaging probably 2 or 3 home games a year, but we're thankful to have the opportunity to go to Rockford, Michigan. Probably not a better environment to play high school football, to open the season up against a quality team, quality people, quality coaches, and we appreciate them for giving us the opportunity to play.
Yeah, and it doesn't get much easier in week 2. You're going to go to Ohio and take on Canton McKinley. Went to Ohio last year. You played a New Jersey team, but you're taking your team out of state, getting them into an environment, another football. Canton McKinley. You talk about environments, that's big time.
Yeah, that game will be played at the NFL Hall of Fame Stadium.
Awesome.
They've done a good job of bringing in some talent from outside the state and get some depth with their roster. I think we'll learn a lot from playing at Youngstown last year and some of the games we've played against out-of-state competition. Honestly, right now, our focus is 100% on August 29th on Rockford.
Yeah.
On Rockford. They're too good for us not to look at anything else. And I know they have a chip on their shoulder last year. They had a state championship caliber team, fell a little short, and I know they're looking to take it to the next level.
What's something we should know about the Technicians of 2024 that's kind of a hidden storyline that maybe you'd like to tell?
I guess I could say like a hidden storyline of our team is like we hang out outside of football. You know what I mean? Like we really are brothers. Like, a lot of these guys I hang out with, and even some of our other class of 2025 players, we're really a brotherhood. We don't just say it just because it's football. You know what I mean? We really hang out together. We go bowling together. We go to people's houses together. We go to carnivals. We just hang out, and that's why we're so tight on the field. That's why we trust each other and stuff like that. So, yeah.
So big question.
Yeah.
Who, when you go to the carnivals, you go to the fairs, the game where the latch comes down, I forget, and it gets the toy. Who's the guy that can go win all the toys or the teddy bears to the game, thanks to the game?
Man, that's a good question. It's a lot of guys. I honestly elect myself.
Oh,
to
yeah?
be honest, yeah, man.
Okay. What's your carnival game you excel at?
Oh, the basketball, man.
The basketball?
I'm a basketball guy at heart as well.
Steve Hall might be knocking on your door. You better be ready, Coach.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Thanks so much.
Thank
really enjoy watching you play. We'll see you again this year.
Yes,
all
sir.
the best to the Technicians, the good guys and the green guys. Thanks, Coach. Really appreciate it. Marvin Rushing and Mr. Jackson. Derek Jackson III headed to Kent State. Good enough to join us. We're coming back with more on PSL Media Day 2024.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with the simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
So we go from Cass to King. It's just naturally how we do things here at the PSL 2024 Media Day. Glad to be joined by the new look King Crusaders, Terrell Patrick, in his first year as the head coach at Martin Luther King High School. But he's no rookie. It's his 15th year at King and on Lafayette. And he brings up to the stage Mr. DJ Stennis, the Grand Valley State commit, and one of the leaders on this ball team. Thanks so much for joining us, Coach. Congratulations on getting the job. Let's start first with that. I certainly, outsiders may have thought, well, it's going to go to Terrell Patrick. He's the offense coordinator. He's been there forever. He bleeds King. But maybe from your perspective, it wasn't always that easy. Talk about getting this job. What an honor it is.
Yeah, well, there were some talks of me retiring after the Mason game, and I was probably 90% leaning towards retirement.
Wow.
So I get a call the day after Thanksgiving. Spence is in Lansing riding back from East Kentwood. He broke the news to me. So
that was a quick retirement.
Very quick.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's it been like without Ty? You mentioned off air that you've talked to him. I would assume the relationship remains pretty tight.
Oh, absolutely. We talk every day. It's just a different conversation now, comparing what he has going on, and he's telling me, some things that he has going on up here, and asking, checking on the kids. It's still a real good connection, man. You can't go from we shared the sidelines together from 11 to 23. So, yeah, that's we're probably more like brothers than friends and coaches. So, I love the guy to death. I wish him all the success in the world. I have no doubt they'll be a powerhouse in less than 5 years.
Yeah, Ty Spencer on to East Kentwood. And as Coach said, mentioned that he made the move right around Thanksgiving time. This program means more to you maybe than most. you've been here 15 years, but you've been here longer. Your father was the offensive line coach under the legendary James Reynolds. Talk about the history and the lineage in your father.
Well, part of his contract with my mom was he had to take me to practice. So, I was the ball boy in the 80s.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Jersey probably came past my knees or whatever. So I've been around. I've seen them all, from Darnell Dickerson to Kerwin Moore, Ed Davis, Clarence Thompson, you name them. I've seen them. I played with them, or my father coached them. So I really thankful to Coach Reynolds. He asked me to come help one day in 2009. I was supposed to help with the wide receivers for one day, and that one day has turned into today.
15 years.
There it is. Yep.
DJ Stennis, what a career for you. You've settled on Grand Valley State, and what a beautiful school and an athletic program and football program with great lineage. But I know academics has been big for you also. How has King helped prepare you for this great opportunity and this scholarship?
Well, King, first of all, it's like a brotherhood, and I see that at GVSU, and it's really like a family. So GVSU would be something like, it'd be like King, basically, for me. So.
This team is different. You've got a new head coach, a guy that has been your offensive coordinator. He's not new to you, but what are you noticing so far? And I know you're just getting underway with him, but what are you noticing that might be changing, if anything at all?
Nothing really is changing. It's just somebody's just going away.
Yeah.
So that's really it.
Questions for you. What's changing? Is this a system, obviously offensive? You've been running, and Ty, I'm sure, lets you do your thing. But we all know that when you're the boss, now you could do maybe a couple wrinkles that you've always wanted to do or might work differently with this group.
So I had to give up play calling, and that was a decision that I made because I wanted to be an asset to the special teams and to the defense. And I think with the tenure of our quarterback coach, Jarrell Nolan, he's been there since 2015, coaching the quarterbacks, and he has a pretty good pedigree of quarterbacks. A lot of the success has been with Jarrell right by my side. So I trusted him enough to kind of turn over the play calling, named him offensive coordinator, and I've kind of been studying football backwards now to learn more about defensive football and how to get folks stopped. I think I just need to be an asset to both sides of the ball in order to be an effective head coach. So that's one of the differences. And I guess it's not negative, but I spend more time coaching the coaches than I do coaching the kids now. So a lot of my interaction is with the coaches, letting them know exactly what the expectations are, what we're looking for in certain situations. And then I have to step back so they can build their voice. I don't want my voice to be the dominant voice because the kids need to be able to look to the coordinators and the coaches. So a lot of the time I'm stepping back and taking more of an administrative role to allow our assistant coaches to develop their voice with the kids.
Coach Terrell Patrick, the 2022 Broyles Award winner, the top assistant coach in the state of Michigan. He certainly deserves this opportunity. Also 2-0 as an interim coach during your 2 games. You've got a long list of assistant coaches. How much of you don't have to go by everyone, but as a rule, how much is that staff, the assistants, shook up?
We had 0 turnover.
Oh, wow.
We had 0 turnover, and then we probably added 2 or 3 more King graduates, and I kind of think that's the special place about King where 75% of the coaching staff actually played in the program. So I got kids, Javion Morgan, who just graduated from Morgan State. He's been out there helping with the cornerbacks. Everybody remembers Donnie Corley, who was one of my first All-Americans. He's been out there a couple times coming to help with the receivers this year. So the amount of support we're getting from the alumni that's coming back home has been tremendous.
You've got some weapons in that backfield. It starts with, your quarterback, although Coach did tell me, Coach Rushing, no, it starts with your offensive line.
Right.
But I'll start the conversation with your quarterback, Flemister, a guy that we saw last year at Ford Field and was electric, exciting, young kid. How has he grown and progressed going from his freshman year into his sophomore campaign?
Well, I say he's more focused. He knows the right reads to make. You know, he knows what you want to do with the ball. You know, he doesn't really hesitate where he wanted to push the ball and who's open. You know, so yeah, I say.
Fletcher and Newsome and Duke's also guys that we've seen in the past that are probably going to be expected to lead this team. Many others and playmakers, but those are all guys that you've seen and bonded with in the offseason. Anything different with this core group this year that you're seeing?
Nothing different. The focus is just state championship. That's all we want.
It's been the standard around here, and I mean, is this the year? Is this a state championship caliber team and roster?
Yeah, but that's not how you get there, though. I know that's the end goal for the kids, but as a coach, you have to be able to taper those expectations to how do we get better today? And you have to segment those expectations because if you're only concentrating on the destination and not concentrating on the journey, you'll slip up. And you'll take someone for granted one of those weeks in the state playoffs. So I love that's the goal for the kids, but it's my responsibility to keep them on that daily journey and develop that consistency day over day, and that's how you get there.
You've got a very intriguing game week 1. It's Friday. It's against Cleveland Heights. Is that in Cleveland?
No, it's here.
It is here.
At Wayne State, yes.
What's the story with Cleveland Heights? How good are they, and how excited are you for this matchup?
It's like looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
I think it was 17 or 18. We played East St. Louis. I was like, this is us with a different color on. It's athletes.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
They're super tough. They don't back down from anything. They're well coached. They're disciplined. All the things, all of the characteristics that we want people to say about us. So I expect it to be a flat-out war. The fourth quarter, just opening week, 95 degrees. Who wants it more in the fourth quarter?
Yeah.
And they have a fantastic running back, 4 or 5-star running back. And we start practice with pursuit, defensive pursuit, every day since June. That's the very first thing we've done on defense every day. So it's going to be important for us to get to the ball. We put an emphasis on getting to the football and getting 11 hats around the football. And we're going to have to do that the first, not only week 1, week 2 as well.
Yeah, let's talk about that. You play De La Salle from the Catholic League, a school you're very familiar with. Dan Roan and his group. Another fun matchup, and I don't think you guys have been in a series with De La Salle. What was the thoughts in taking this game? Was this something that Ty Spencer left you with?
No, he didn't leave me with it. But
you took the game?
Yeah, we took the game. It's been very difficult finding opponents who want that challenge early in the season.
Yeah.
And I think if you look at the past decade, there's probably only one team who can match what we've done from a championship standpoint, and that's De La Salle. So I respect the hell out of their program. I love the coaching staff. I got a couple friends over there on their staff, and I just think it's a great matchup for the state. They've been dominant and our run has been between 2 and 3, but somehow we just keep missing each other. I mean, we played in the semifinals, and they stopped our three-peat in 2017. We lost by 1 on a bad exchange on the extra point. So they stopped our three-peat and they started their own three-peat. And we ended up winning again in 18. So I just think it's a fantastic matchup for the city. They do an absolute fantastic job coaching defensively over there. And when I can remember as an offensive coach, going up against their defense is always the most challenging week because everything looks the same pre-snap. Then post-snap, the bullets get to firing from everywhere.
Yeah. They'll dial some things up now.
Yep.
Awesome stuff. Really looking forward to watching King. The Patrick era is on the clock. Best of luck in camp, and we'll see you soon enough.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate
Patrick.
it.
Thank
Absolutely.
you, sir. Yeah. Thanks so much. DJ Stennis.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Back for more after this.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate.
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
In which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe that athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game.
We believe coaches should act like teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and support their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game. What rhymes with great?
Participate.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe that athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game.
We believe coaches should act like teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and support their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy, forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
PSL Media Day 2024 of the football variety. And we've got the team as close as to this great facility as you can get. It's the Renaissance Phoenix in the house, and they're led by their head coach in his second year, Ed Johnson. And they're led by Julian Nichols, their senior, does everything, linebacker, running back, and much, much more. Guys, thanks for joining, Coach. 5th year in the program, 2nd year as head coach. Are things starting to feel like you're getting some traction as the head coach and building a program here at Renaissance?
Yes, definitely. Guys are buying into the work ethic and, just changing the culture. And, we just raised the bar. The standard now, and something that it hasn't been before. But, guys are accepting the challenge. So it's this season with these younger guys has been fun.
You're a guy that's done it. You've gone to Penn State. You've gotten a Division I scholarship out of the city of Detroit at Crockett High School. You've gone to the NFL, where you played 5 seasons. Guys look at you, and I mean, does the message mean a little more coming from a guy that, do you feel like you're getting more eyeballs on you because of that?
Sometimes. I think it resonates a little bit more with the younger guys. As the older guys get older, it's just, kind of, it is what it is. But the younger guys, especially the ones coming in this year, they've definitely looked at that, and they take the things I say, and I see it in their eyes that they're listening to me and they take it to heart. So I think as it continues to grow, the guys that keep coming in and are really athletes too, they definitely enjoy that part of it, and they listen to everything I'm saying.
4-5 last year. This year, things are looking up as well. And what would you say so far is one of the storylines and strong points of your club in 2024?
We have more of a team this year. Last few years I've been at Renaissance, there wasn't a lot of camaraderie amongst the guys, but even with our younger guys, guys are just hanging out more. They like being around each other more. They're able to play with each other more. The things that the locker room brings. So I just feel like we're doing a lot more team camaraderie this year, and again, just with everything that's been set in place with the program, everybody's just falling in line and buying in and doing things the right way.
We're with Julian Nichols, a senior running back, linebacker, does it all.
Yes, sir.
What is it about this team that you like, that you see amongst your teammates, and that you've seen in the offseason since the season ended last year? You guys were so close to getting to that 500 mark and getting over it. What is it that this year you feel good about, the intangibles that you have?
This year feels very different. The camaraderie, like the coach said, the camaraderie amongst the team. A few years ago, it felt a little clicked up. This year, it feels like there's a lot more chemistry amongst the team. Everybody, this year, we have a very talented team. Everybody listens, and everybody does what they're supposed to do. So I'm looking forward to the season.
A lot of underclassmen as well. You're one of the few senior leaders.
Yes, sir. The only senior.
The only senior
yes, sir.
On the team?
Yes, sir.
Wow, I guess I missed that one.
Yeah.
It's a storyline. Okay, let's talk about that one. What's it like? You're like Papa. I mean,
a little bit, yes, sir.
Do they call you? What's your nickname?
Unc.
Unc. Okay, fittingly enough.
Yes, sir.
What is that like? I mean,
it's definitely a challenging experience, but it's good because all the young guys look up to me, and I feel like it's not hard to lead, but I always have to make sure I'm doing the right thing so that the younger guys have somebody to look up to.
Renaissance, you guys have had great athletic programs across the board in basketball and track and football. I know you want to make it more of a football school. Do you think first at Renaissance? Do you feel like it's getting there? Is football more of a thing now? The coaches come in and taking over.
Yes, sir. It definitely is becoming bigger among the school and around the school. A few years ago, there weren't that many people coming to the games, but as I've been going through the system, I've been seeing more people at the games year by year. So, yes, sir.
What's the style of football that you want to play on both sides of the ball? What is it that we'll see in Renaissance when you take the field in week 1?
Of course, we want to be physical. We want to try to control the line of scrimmage. I'm sure every school does, every team does, but we want to control the line of scrimmage. We want to execute. We just want to be able to go out and do what we want to do as far as execution and, get things done. And we feel like we'll be able to be successful if we can do that.
You're going to go down to Riverview and take on the Pirates in week 1. An interesting battle. I like this matchup. What do you see in this matchup that made you sign up to it?
So we played them last year, but as we know, Riverview is old school. They smash mouth. So, playing a team like that, it really kind of sets the tone for the season. you got to be able to tackle, and you got to be able to play assignment football because, those type of teams, they're leaning on you making mistakes. They're leaning on you not being gap disciplined and things like that. And so it's a good test for your team as far as being disciplined, and you got to play the whole game because, they're not going to stop doing what they do. You just got to make sure you're where you're supposed to be. So just being physical, we talked about controlling the line of scrimmage and just knowing that we can line up and play disciplined football, I think that's a good test, and, it'll help us going forward in the season.
Early on, you get Southeastern. I mean, the Jungleers in week 2. That's another test.
It is.
Quickly.
Yeah.
You like the way that it lines up?
I do. I mean, I think our guys are up for the challenge. We're leaning on our offensive line this year as well. So, again, we want to control the line of scrimmage. And, Southeastern is tough. They're going to be tough up front. They're always tough. So, again, just another challenge ahead of us, and I think we'll be up for the task.
What's the one thing about your teammates that really stands out, that makes you, when you learn of meet other kids from other schools, and you feel like you have a special bond here? What is it about your teammates that makes them so great and special to you?
This year, I feel like what makes the team so special this year is that really just the listening and the attention to detail. The team is very young, so when coach tells them what to do, they hone in on that and they focus on that, so they get a lot better at doing what they're supposed to do.
There's a lot of onus on you, too, as a senior leader. You're a running back and a linebacker. Do you like giving that thump, or do you like taking it?
I love to hit. Yes, sir. It's my favorite thing.
Power running and a linebacker extraordinaire. Julian Nichols, the lone senior of the Renaissance Phoenix. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank
Coach,
you.
Really appreciate it.
No problem. Anytime.
Coach Ed Johnson in his second year. Thanks so much to the boys from Renaissance, the Phoenix, the shortest distance to this facility. They could have walked over here.
We did.
And they did. I wouldn't have told on you if you didn't, or blamed you. No judging here.
For sure.
Back after this.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
The Bulldogs are in the house, ready to bark. EEV. Led by Damian King Sr., their head coach in his 4th season. And we've got Mr. Joseph Tate, and he's a quarterback, defensive back. Thanks so much for joining us. Glad you're here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, they picked you 5th.
Yeah.
In a competitive blue league.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that initially?
Well, like I said, that's why you play the game. I mean, it was a time they didn't pick us. So now we're being picked. So they're paying attention. At least we're getting their attention.
Yeah, and last year had a lot to do with that. It was a 5-4 season, a winning season.
Yes.
You brought a winning brand of football to EEV. How would you define that brand of football?
Bulldog Nation, man. I mean, everybody buy in. Everybody play for each other, play with each other. You know, put your best foot forward and go get it.
They're going to lean on you, Mr. Tate, to lead them at the quarterback spot and in the defensive backfield. How does it feel to have that leadership quality tagged to your name?
It feels good. I always had it since I was young, so it ain't nothing new. Just
oldest child?
Nah.
No? Okay. All right. Well, talk about your offense. It starts with you and your offensive line, of course, but you've got some tools around you this year. You've got some pieces to do some things. What are you most excited about offensively?
Receivers. I got a sophomore, Malachi, senior, Darnez Garris, and a junior, Mateo.
Now, the system you run offensively, tell us a little bit about what we can expect to see
well,
from the Bill.
It's pretty much the same up like last year, you know.
Yeah.
We'll be more effective running the ball this year.
Yeah, and why is that?
Because our guys are a year older, like I say. Our juniors are seniors. Our sophomores are juniors. And I think we're a little bit more hungry in the backfield this year than we were last year.
You start with Flint Hamady on Thursday, the 29th of August.
Yes.
Thoughts on that game?
That's going to be looking at the tape and film on Flint, they kind of like a throwback team, like when I played, two-back offense or something. So they're going to slow it down, which will be, I believe myself, it'll be good for my guys because we used to a high-tempo type of game because of the league that we're in now. There's not that many people who really runs the ball a lot, and Hamady does. So I think it'll be a good experience for us, and it'll slow down a little bit in pace, so it'll help us read our keys a little bit easier and get to it.
You're not shying away from anybody. You're going to take on Chelsea in week 2.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bulldog on Bulldog crime.
Yes.
That should be a fun one. Yeah, Thoughts on that one?
Bulldog Nation. Hey, you got to meet at the line. Yeah.
Where's that at? Is that out there?
It's in Chelsea. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna take our show on the road.
I bet. Joseph, what's it been like in this offseason working with your teammates and getting the vibes and we're seeing where everybody's at with the rhythm and the timing and just the mentality?
Just being consistent, working out and stuff. Just staying conditioned, and being together, team bonding.
Do you like the conditioning? Is it something that you strive for? Or is it tough to get up for it?
I mean, it's tough, but whatever can get me to the next level.
What's the thought on the next level for you? Is this a quarterback, a defensive back? Is it? Where do you think you're going to settle in at the next level?
I'm an athlete, so just like at the Ville, they needed me to play DB too, so I just did it. So wherever at the next level they need me to play, I'll be glad to play it.
Great attitude, versatile young man. What is it that we should know about this team, Coach, that you all mean business this year and that 5th ranking in that poll is garbage? Pick it up and throw it out.
Oh, yeah, we're going to let them know that we're better than 5. I mean, from the front to the back, from the side to side. Like I say, we got 16 seniors. At least 7 of them was starters from last year. And, they'll be our leaders. We got a couple of guys. I call the old man right here. He lead the guys from front to back, They hold each other accountable, so
yeah.
You need the young guys just as well as the old guys. They picking up. The older guys is leading the younger guys pretty well. So, our junior class and our sophomore class, they'll be just as tuned in.
Yeah, 16 seniors is a nice number.
Yeah.
You also hinted at you've got some freshmen that are talented you're hiding somewhere in this
room. I got a big boy right behind you. That's the freshman nose guard.
Wow.
Yeah, right. Nose guard and guard.
All right.
Pretty. We got a guy that's not here with us today right now, but he's a sophomore. The British Bulldog twin for him.
The British Bulldogs.
We got the Bulldog grit now, so yeah, we're trying to bring back something that was there already before.
Very good, very good. Go check out Damian King, senior in his 4th year, and his Bulldogs from East English Village. 16 seniors to lead them. We look forward to watching your team. All the best, guys. Thanks
All
so
right,
much
thank
for
you.
joining us.
Thank you.
Joseph Tate, senior quarterback, defensive back, and the bench boss, the lead man, Damian King Sr., good enough to join us. We're back with more from Media Day 2024 right after this.
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe that athletes should be competitive,
Sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game.
We believe coaches should act like teachers.
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and support their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
The Mustangs of Mumford are in the house with their first-year head coach, William McMichael. McMichael, Mumford Mustangs, it all goes together well. And he's brought Norman Adams, his Division I offered tight end and defensive lineman, with him. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Some of the slickest-looking colors and uniforms you'll find in the state are the home of the Mustangs. I know you want to be known for more than that. This is a project for you. You're coming from Belleville, where you guys ran the mill and had quite the run. Your 30th year of coaching football, and it's your first year as a head coach.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be a head coach?
It's different. It's trying. I mean, much is given, much is required. So it's a lot of work, but it's rewarding just to see how far these guys have come. This is my 90th day. I got started May 1st. We're still evaluating a lot of the guys, but just to see how far they come with our system and the program and their character, because there's always academics before athletics. So they're starting to take academics a lot more seriously, because we don't want to put guys in a position where they're so good athletically and they get an opportunity, collegiately wise, to play, but they can't accept the scholarship because their academics weren't in line. So we're making sure we can know all those things in line, dotting our I's and crossing our T's.
You accepted this job, and obviously it's a program that you're rebuilding.
Yes, sir.
There are some pieces, such as the pieces that are to my left, and Mr. Adams and Mr. Banks. But this was a challenge. I mean, this is a challenge of challenges. You just came off like a fun ride at Belleville.
Yeah.
Your sons are going to play college football.
Yeah.
Why take such a challenging job like this?
Well, I was born and raised in the city of Detroit, actually not too far from Mumford, even though I attended St. Martin de Porres, and coached there. I was with Cardinal 20 years. Just the opportunity to get back to my neighborhood, where I come from, and the city. Like I said, Jeremiah's gone. He's Missouri now, so I still see him on Saturdays.
Yeah.
But an opportunity to help some more kids, maybe put them in that same position to get them to where my sons. I got 2 in Division I and one's at Fair State.
Yeah, awesome, very cool. Norman, listen, this is a new coach. You've embraced him. What is it that has given you such excitement and joy, knowing that this is a new, fresh coat of paint at Mumford High School?
It's different, like with the new coaching staff that we got. Like it's been different since day one. Not even starting school. Like starting in school, it's been like a big change from last year and even years before that with my high school. It's just like these coaches, like they good coaches. And
yeah, defensive line and tight end is your positions. You've got a few Division I offers, some Division II offers. How much do you feel is pressure on you to perform at the highest of levels because of your high accolades?
I wouldn't say I would feel pressured or anything, because like how would I say this? Like it hasn't been a lot of pressure on me. Like when I got my first offer, it was like I wouldn't think of it as having pressure on me. Like I would have just kept on balling how I was usually doing it and just trying to really win, basically make Mumford a bigger name than just a bad little program than how everybody been having it or putting it.
How many players have you been able to add due to the fact that you've got a new staff, a new program that's getting established?
It's like a couple young guys that we got. We got a running back, a freshman quarterback that's coming in, a linebacker, a young little linebacker. We got a lot of young kids. Like last year we had a lot of good seniors that, they seniors now, so they left. But we got a lot of young kids now.
We talked to Coach Marlon Neighbors, another fellow Belleville transplant back to the PSL.
Yeah.
He said he's going to do a lot of what Jermaine Crowell, had as a system at Belleville. Is that something you as well will carry that same system over with you to the Mustangs?
Yeah, we'll take some of it, not all of it. It all depends on your personnel, what best suits them. If I got a guy that's good at running the ball more so than passing the ball, we'll run the ball more. It depends on the personnel. But, the same mentality of working hard and doing things the right way, from Belleville, we'll take that along to Mumford.
How much recruiting within the school are you able to do at this point? I mean, there's other sports, other schools, obviously, but you're in a position, you're trying to sell what you have, and you haven't played a game yet. Has that been something an angle that you've tried to attack?
Yeah, it's an angle I've tried to attack. Actually, fortunately, I got a job in the building, so I'm in school every day. I think when kids see what we're doing and the success we're having, we'll have more than probably we can handle. So. It's great to be in the building. It's great to see these guys. Well, they don't want to see me because they're in the hallway when the bell rings. I can get them at practice.
That's right. Yeah. How much are you learning so far? I know you haven't started the year, but in your 30th year, I can imagine you're still learning. What are some things you've learned so far in this 90 days in?
It's different. Every year is different. Every child is different. So different ways to motivate certain kids. Some kids, you can just pat them on the back, they'll get going. Some you got to be a little stern with. Just different ways to motivate the kids. But when I get stuck, I got people I can call, like Greg Carter, Crowell, anybody like that. So those relationships I've built over the years with them other coaches who've been head coaches and then had success, I know I can lean on them.
When you open with Redford Thurston on the 29th on a Thursday night, what's going to be going through your mind and in your body as you begin this senior campaign?
I want the win. Like I want to work. I want this upcoming camp that we got. I want to work towards the win that we gonna have with Thurston and through the season. Like, cause it will be a good game for us. Like that'll start. If that gives us the win, that'll start to make our standards higher than everybody else. Keep making it for us.
What's special about Mumford High School? Of course, you know, the outsiders and the old heads like you and I know the Beverly Hills Cop and all the Hollywood accolades and all. I mean, that was a big thing for like our era. But what is it about Mumford High School? You said it's your neighborhood that makes it special.
It makes it special, just the sense of community, the pride of the neighbors around the community. It just makes it a special place. We're in pretty much the heart of Detroit, where we're located, not too far from here. I think next to Cass, they got a great alumni base. I think they come out and support from what I'm hearing. So we want to make it special for them. Like I said, it's a family atmosphere. They got a lot of pride, so we want to bring that pride back.
All right. William McMichael in his first year, Norman Adams in his final high school year. Best of luck, gentlemen. Thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Norman. Back with more after this.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
The Henry Ford Trojans are here, and they mean business under first-year head coach Casey Smith. Came over from DEPSA, and he's got his players with him today. And listen, this is first year for you, and this is something that you're trying to build.
Yes, sir.
And taking over a program. What is it that you've noticed about the flavor of Henry Ford football when you walked in the door?
So me being an alum, back when I played for Mike Marshall. So I'm also bringing him back on my staff as well. So we just bring back the Henry Ford tradition as far as how we were brought up under his mentor, Joe Hoskins. Then it transitioned to Mike Marshall. Then we had a few coaches in between, but now it's back to the Henry Ford tradition. So when I first walked in, I noticed I had great senior leadership. Like, they've had some rough years, but the kids are always positive. They take care of business. Like Malik Shepard right here, 4.0 student. He'll be a Lawrence Tech graduate as well when he graduates. He'll graduate with his associates as well as his senior, his high school degree. So
outstanding.
It's just been easiest, smoothest transition I probably had coming into a school. because, like I said, my seniors, they a well tight-knit group, no nonsense, and they just leaders in the building. So they take on that mantle and that role, and they throwback players. Like, literally, like, if they could play with, they could literally probably play back in the PSL back in the day. So it's definitely a positive to what I walked into.
Malik Shepard to my left, a guy that's been a leader in the classroom and on the field, a 4.0 GPA. We'll start there. But you play all over. So you're a leader on the field, but you're all over the field.
Yes.
Tell us where we can expect to see you primarily this season on the field.
Y'all can see me in the backfield. Most definitely, I'm going to be starting at running back. Y'all can also see me at outside linebacker. It's more like a nickel position. Like I'm gonna be bouncing back to the safety and cover 2. I can come up and blitz whenever I need to. As the captain on the defense and the best player, I look to be like the key, like the factor. Like they running the ball towards the other side, not me. And if they do, I'm coming to land that wood.
It's the kind of guy you want reading the defense and leading the defense and getting guys in order and in space. Congratulations on your academics. You've already got your associate's degree, from what I understand.
He will have it.
You will have it?
Yes.
I mean, that's amazing stuff. Any thoughts at college and what you'd like to do? Do you want to continue with football and academics?
Yes, I would like to proceed towards the collegiate level of football. I feel like I grew up on football, like watching it, and like my academics, it translates to the field. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I see defenses way better than most kids my age, and I feel like that's gonna translate to the collegiate level. So, yeah.
What are some things, Coach, that you're going to bring in here that you want to put? You mentioned the blue collar, the tough kids that are already here, but what's something in the system that you're going to add that you can tell us today that's going to be a little bit different than years past?
So I have a military background, so I'm a veteran. So a lot of our workouts are military. So I'm bringing the discipline, the structure, the work ethic, just showing them a different side of outside of just being students. Just how you carry yourself. Like our team quote is, how you do anything is how you do everything. So I tell them, like, if you're lazy in the classroom, you're going to be lazy on the field. But if you work hard in the classroom, I know you'll work hard on the field. Like, even our conditioning, like, we might have a day with 3120s. And Malik here and a few of these, Tyler, Greg, Taiwan, it's tough, but they complete it. So it's a mental adjustment as well. It's almost like to break you down to build you up type. So, but just the aspect, like, they grind, they work hard. So usually when you have so many things that's taxing on your brain or body, your mental, your brain tell you, hey, quit. But they push through, and it's showing, like, the way these kids' bodies been developed and how it's just been a transition as far as, because they were all ran track as well. So it's just been a change in mentality. Like, they believe, they buy in, they're actual leaders. Like, it's not one person who would just sit back and it's no cancers on the team. Everybody's buying in. Like, literally everybody's taking accountability. They hold each other accountable. That's the biggest part. Like, they don't let each other slack. They really push each other, and that's the biggest. That's one of the, because usually if you got a coach-led team, but when you got a senior-led or a player-driven team, sky's the limit.
Well, thank you for your service.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet. And also, we'd like to talk about Mr. Greg Pope, who's here today, a sophomore, a young man that saved a life earlier this summer, I understand. Coach,
in the wintertime.
In the wintertime. Okay, thank you. Take us through what happened.
So he was at home with his dad playing the game, and then he heard some commotion outside, and he just looked outside to check, and then he seen one of his neighbors, or his wife or his sister. She was screaming for help, or basically like her husband or brother was in the driver's seat having a heart attack. So Greg went out there and performed CPR on him until paramedics arrived, and he ended up giving the man a fighting chance. So he didn't know how to do CPR, but he learned from Grey's Anatomy.
Wow.
So that's just a testament to his character, as how he is as a student and just as a person, especially as a sophomore.
Yeah.
Well, he's a sophomore now, but as a freshman. So he's a coach's dream, like, especially to have his mentality at such a young age. You don't see it as often because most, freshmen freshmen be super childish or playful, which is to be expected from boys at that age, a lot of energy. But he's been raised by his mother, Sienna, and his dad, Greg Pope II. They raised a great young man. So his character, it shines. Like, for him to be so young, he's a captain.
Wow. Well earned, well deserved. Congratulations, young man, and appreciate your service as well. Football kind of doesn't seem important after that story. But it does tie together the brotherhood and the accountability and the looking out for each other and that sort of vibe. Do you see that carrying over with this team? What did that act do for your team? Or for you personally?
For me personally, before I found that out, I didn't really know Greg as well as I know him now. So to see that and see his character, it amazed me. Like, I never seen somebody this young come into the PSL and just have such an impact on one team like that. And as Coach said, Greg is an amazing captain, gets to practice on time, work his butt off, and it's just great to see.
Yeah, well, very cool stuff. Bigger expectations this year in just your first year.
Definitely.
All these good stories and good vibes, and I know you guys are ready to get to work. Thanks so much for taking some time. Casey Smith, a proud alum of Henry Ford High School, the Trojans.
Thank you for having me.
Malik Shepard and Greg Pope and company. Thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate it. All the best. Continued success. You deserve it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll take a timeout. We're back with more to close it out on Media Day 2024 in Detroit. Thanks for watching. We're the Prep.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
So that concludes our coverage of today. We've heard from all the head coaches. We've heard from their featured player. And we've learned quite a bit today about some of the new programs that are about to unravel under new leadership. And some coaches and some teams that are going to return much of the same, but different flavors as always in a new season and what it brings. We look forward to covering the fall sports. It includes football, it includes the PSL, and much, much more here on the Prep. And we look forward to having coverage of the PSL Championship in Week 7 at Ford Field. We'll have coverage then. We'll have coverage before then as we reveal our schedule coming up shortly. Stay tuned to The Prep Sports 3 on our social medias. And we've got our social medias listed up here. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and right here on our YouTube channel. If you could please subscribe. Subscribe, if you would, to our YouTube channel. It's free. And we thank everybody for watching here today. We thank Jay Alexander. And we thank Anika McEvans and all the great folks in the PSL and all the coaches and players for being a part of it. My name is Chad Bush. I want to thank our great staff, Kyle Buchanan, Brad Ross, Austin Sonnenberg, and your executive producer, Christian Jackson. We'll talk to you soon. Week 1, Game 1 in football coming on the 29th on a Thursday. We'll follow it up on Friday with a double dip in Week 1. Much more of that revelation to come. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great night, everybody. Talk soon.